I gotta turn this tight side. Yeah, how about you, Samantha? Yep.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
our double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to Yahakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And we come another week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls the Most High God. And Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls the Messiah. And Yahushai is coming back, or it's like Yahweh sending Yahushai back, to gather the remnant of his people, the elect, the 144,000, and we so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the 1/3, which is the great multitude in which the scriptures speak of, which you have Jake scattered, or Israel scattered throughout all the heathen nations as well, right? I mean, but what's been happening, this week? Because it's been a bunch of things, a bunch of events and occurrences, both spiritual, and physical as well. We start off this week with basically a heavy testimony done by Elder Banyamya, the Mississippi camp. What happened, man? Did you brother see that video? Yeah, darn, you brothers didn't see it? Well, basically, what's happening is an increase in, spiritual wickedness and the fight that we have to handle, man. Basically, he was out, working, and he came back to his room and basically put on harp music. He said he's been doing a bunch of meditating in the spirit, basically a bunch of increasing. He prayed before he went to sleep and said that once he closed his eyes and the harp music, went off for about that hour and a half, that he was attacked, man, and he basically said that his occurrence, that attack, is he said he met Satan, man, basically a high spiritual demon, man, so this just goes to show you that we have to tighten up in the spirit as well, because you want to make sure that you're prepared to fight these demons, man, because you never know when they're going to hit you, So make sure that your spiritual guard is always up, man. Making sure that you're praying without ceasing, as the scripture says, and that you're fasting when needed. These are the tools that Yahweh Shai gave us in order to use, so that we become strengthened and are able to fight for the times that we're coming into, man. You gonna say something, bro?
Yeah. Part of fasting is also fasting from certain things.
Yeah.
It's not just about what you put in your body, but even that, certain things like eat some Cheetos one day and you get Cheeto demon on you, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's not just about that, but it's also, hey, let me put the sticks down for a little bit. I'm not gonna play Madden this week, or I'm not going, just whatever it is. Other things outside.
Alcohol demon.
It could be alcohol. A lot of things that are lawful but may not be experienced for all times. Everything in moderation. That's right.
Yeah, man.
Say more?
Oh yeah, you got to make sure that you're locked into the spirit, man. Every day of the week is something important and imperative that your spirit needs to hear for the times that we're coming into, right? So making sure, just rather make sure that you locked in watching videos, every day. Because this was that topic was heavy for like about 3 days, and then the fires came, showing you how serious that is, right? You got attacked. Next thing you know, the fire started erupting and flowing through all LA.
No, you got some sloppy, but two quick things, though. I just want to make sure the brothers understand. That harp, I don't mean the harp music, I mean the scientific harp. Yeah. They open up portals, man. They move things up. They got different portals around the world that are now open, and they're doing certain rituals and prayers to let these demons in. Yeah. And look, they don't realize that it's like Ghostbusters. I think part 2, one of them Ghostbuster movies had that, where they opened up a portal under the Empire State Building, and the point was they didn't let to try to gain power on the left-hand side. They didn't open up all these demons, and now they was running around fucking with people.
The Pope just recently opened up a portal, some door or some shit out there in the Vatican.
Yep.
So it's you said it's not just in Babylon. It's all around the world where the left hand is opening up portals, for these left hand demons.
Real quick, First Peter 5:8 NLT Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour.
And this is manifold, man. You know, because not only is this in the spiritual sense, understanding we're battling principalities. Brother can grab that in Ephesians, the 6th chapter as well. Hey, but understand that Esau is going to come down with this great wrath soon, man. Because he knows that he have but a short time left, right? More on this?
He says, standing firm against him and be strong in your faith.
Yeah.
I'll read that part again. It says, stand firm against him.
Stand firm, man. Meaning what? Fight. Right?
Video.
Yeah.
Literal was in his
He was
sleep.
literally fighting,
Punched
man.
him off.
Hey, you bro.
Saying the name. That was a real blow.
God, make sure that you brothers watch that video today, man. You know, because it's super heavy.
I think I
You know, and it's gonna how can I say? It's gonna put a godly fear on you, man. I'll say it like that because, hey, you understand that hey, we have no control here. You know,
Right.
we're just vessels. Hey, with this knowledge within us, but hey, it shows that we need Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Because these people in the world are getting attacked and they don't have no defense. They don't have any power to deter, you know, that spiritual wickedness away from them, man. So we have to stay locked in 100% because it's about to get real ugly. It's about to get ugly, man. You know, every Yahweh Shemel Shai isn't allowing these prophecies to just unfold so that we're not getting stronger, you know? As the times exactly as the times increase, hey, your faith and your spirit should be getting stronger and heavier as well, because you're going to need that amount. Hey, for example, when we go into the book of Daniel 12, and it speaks about a time that was never upon the earth, right? Hey, well, that means our faith is going to have to be on the level that was never upon the earth.
Yep.
You know? So go ahead, bro.
That's why the Lord said when he come back, shall he find some faith on the earth?
Exactly.
There's going to be so much going on. A lot of people are going to be perplexed. Meaning, you know, people are not going to have any answers for why, you know, they're suffering all this adversity. They're not going to know where it's coming from. We at least know. We're facing it head on.
Absolutely.
This wisdom, this truth. It teaches you how to take it, face it head on. You know? And that's part of the straight gate that we have to enter into in order to see the kingdom.
Absolutely.
It says, remember that your Israelite brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering you are.
Yeah. And as the elder is saying, man, hey, with the knowledge and wisdom in which Yahweh Shemel Shai is allowing us to keep, the scripture tells you, hey, with him that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow, right? Hey, so that means also the fight that you're carrying, right? Understanding that every brother's fight is dedicated to them perfectly. Hey, but also understand that when you ask for Yahweh Shemel Shai to increase you in these ways of faith, or endurance, or in diligence, hey, that's also going to come with a heavier battle on the left-hand side, man.
Can I add this into you? See what you're saying? For you brothers that have played sports, enjoy competition, this is going to be the most competitive fight that you've ever been into.
Yeah.
You know, but as tougher the fight, the tougher the strong you got to become. The more it gets pulled out of you.
Yeah.
Okay, you get pulled into. Yeah, I didn't know I can do that.
The more mentally strong you're gonna have to be in that time.
But you're fit. But you're fit to be prepared for it, though.
Yeah.
You're fit. You're ready to win, but not without effort, though.
Yeah.
You can't just go, I can just hang out, whatever. I know it don't work that way. You gotta actually fight. You know, Mayweather always looks like, you know, the 24/7s or the little promos always look like it's a fight. And if you think about it, mano a mano, that's a fight. It's fair. He's a man, I'm a man. But his training, right? This is our training. His training, his skill, his ability to adapt, you know, fit himself into every situation is what's going to get us out of these things.
Because before that fight of his competitor, he's fighting himself. Right? What is he doing? He's basically purging himself of his weaknesses so that he go beat the weaknesses into his opponent, man.
Yeah,
you know?
exploit the weaknesses.
Yeah, exploit the weaknesses from his opponent, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how the W happens, man. So with us, we have to be purged of these impurities. That's why King David said in the book of Psalms, the 51st chapter, purge me with hyssop, man. And when you go into that plant hyssop, it has a bunch of anti and microbacterial properties, man. Right? So what did they do? They literally would take that cloth and take that plant, that herb, and they would basically like rub it together so that those fibers, you know, can release those oils, man. and then they would mix it with that water and literally beat the sheep or beat whatever that they were trying to clean, right? So that's what pounding and force, right? So they would beat that, and then you know those oils would spread into that cloth, and they would continue to beat it until it was clean, until it was cleansed.
It's okay, bro.
Yep.
I got what you. I got a scripture on demons attacking, right?
Right.
Job 7. Yeah, I was looking for it for a minute. I knew it was a Job. Job 7, and I'm gonna start at 13. It said, "When I say, my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with the dreams and terrifies me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I will not live always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity."
Yeah, man, you know, hey, you come back from working hard physically, you know, being exhausted, hey, it affects your spirit. Hey,
Yeah.
you look for comfort from sleep. Hey, but even when you're sleeping, you're fighting, man. Showing you that there is no rest here on this earth. Hey, that's what the scripture also tells us in the book of Romans, hey, that your spirit groans, hey, within itself, man. You know? Meaning what? That even when you know not what to pray, hey, Yahweh Shem Shai, the scripture say, the spirit maketh intercession, hey, with him, you know, to basically send off those complaints. But the fight, hey, happens, hey, every second, man. You know, we're fighting every second in this battle, man. Just sleep ain't a real rest, because what? We get attacked.
That's why the apostles got on us this past week also.
Yeah.
Because they understand the increase has already happened. And then you look at what happened at the live camp this week. I mean, as far as what they were talking about how they're talking about demons and different things, and how staying focused on this, and how you got to be preoccupied with this is every thought that should be. This should consume your life, basically.
Yeah.
And then it's to the point now. Before we was trying to adapt to this through our lives. Now we didn't already got to a point, especially in time, where we have to adapt our life to this.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta now I gotta finish my videos up. Then I gotta cut short time, just cut with my sleep, or so I can go to work. And those things begin to happen that way.
God, and another thing as well, the Lord
I
will
already changed a lot.
God, and the Lord will put throw certain challenges at you just to make sure that you win in these small battles, man.
Yeah.
For example, like say you were supposed to do a lesson or read, and you end up getting tired and dozing off, going to sleep, and the Lord may wake you up at 2-3 in the morning. He's expecting you to read, do that lesson, or to do that once He wakes you up, man, because He allowed you to get that sleep in, and you owe it unto Him. We're indebted, are we not?
Right.
The scriptures say it. Hey, so you owe the Lord to be putting in this work as well, man, because the blood of Yahweh Shai is not a small matter. Just the fact that we're able to fight how we're able to fight, it's all because of Yahweh Shai, man. But,
That was one also.
yep.
This is 2 Timothy 2:2. It says, matter of fact, I started 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Mashiach Yahushua.
Yeah. And the grace is a time period in order to get corrected, man. Hence repentance. And repent means to do what? To turn away or to turn from. To turn from what? Sin. Because what? Sin is a transgression of the law. And through the sin, we die. Right? So we're trying to come to as perfect as we can unto life. Which means what? Without sin, man. Which we understand is impossible in these fleshly bodies, these chains of darkness. Hey, but the effort is in trying. Right?
Yes, it's in the acknowledgement of when you do go off.
Yeah.
That's how you examine yourself. Scripture say a wise man knoweth when he slippeth. So at least you know that you're aware, you're alert about your own soul. A lot of people are not even that aware. They just go along with the flow of things.
Yeah.
They get wrapped up in sin and don't even realize it.
Yeah, they
trying to give it to me.
Yeah.
I should just take it. Hey, but that's your homeboys or your neighbor or just random man.
Yeah.
Woman, that ain't
And Jake do it so much, it becomes normal. They normalize wickedness in a way where they think that what they're doing is the right thing, and they find excuses to justify their wickedness.
Yeah, that's what the scripture say. A sinful man will findeth an excuse. You know? Hey, but what you're saying is true, you know. Hey, you have to make sure that you're locked in so that you're able to see these signs in which the Lord is giving you, man. Hey, because really the truth is in everything. Right? You even if in your folly, you know, the time in which you spend in your folly, man, something like on scrolling on TikTok. Hey, the Lord will have it to where you see 5 different videos at different times while scrolling, and it's all spiritual notes within it, man.
Well, I had a scroll. 5 videos in a row was on the topic. I was like, I better just take it.
Yeah.
Do a video.
That's the spirit. This week I did a lesson entitled "Don't Ignore the Personal Warnings from the Lord." Like, you know how we go through the day and we'll see something spiritual, like you just said. You'll see, you can't ignore that, you know, because by you know, you'll stop getting those personal warnings, and the Lord is like, all right, nigga, I done gave you enough.
Yeah. Lights flashing?
Yeah.
Hey, so to continue on what Elder Banyam was speaking on, you know, he basically said when he went to sleep, you know, he basically said he went in on prayer, man. You know, he prayed before he went to sleep, basically asking for an increase, for the Lord to, you know, do more personal or give him more personal you know, increases selected, you know. And he said he felt good once he prayed. He was like, man, I went in through the spirit on prayer, and as he went to sleep, that's when the challenge hit him, man.
Yeah.
You know, Yahweh Shema Shai allowed that demon to attack him, you know, for the what you call it, for the reason of not only exhortation and edification unto the body, but for him personally, right?
There's a scripture that ties into that, but the one I'm thinking of, for any oblation, I can't think of how the words go, but basically, even when we were go to the priest and ask for forgiveness, there was a sacrifice that had to happen. So that was the proof, that, like, you know, so him going through that, we said, okay, but if you can endure this, what you gonna give me to get that? What are you willing to give up to get that? So these things happen. You got one that I got a little more.
Just the brother, the dream.
Yeah, kind of Elder Bond.
Yeah, he was saying that right after he stopped hearing the heart music, right?
Yep.
It's in the spirit because, you know, like you ever heard of Beethoven, Symphony 5, yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it helps out with cancer. It helps play, you know, sometimes. So this is 1 Samuel 16 and 22. Yep. And Saul said to Jesse, saying, "Let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he has found favor in my sight." And it came to pass when the evil spirit from Yahweh was upon Saul, that David took in heart and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
Yeah, another huge topic in which the apostles and the elders speak on is what you allow to enter into your spirit, man. And that's including, you know, the music, whatever films, you know, the individuals around you. It all affects our spirit, you know? Right. Because everybody is not in the best interest, really, if you look at it. Outside of the body, hey, nobody is really fighting for Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know? Hey, even your woman will be against you for an appointed time, because that'll be a trial for you, you know? But having that heart music, those godly vibrations, you know, around you, and you know, entering into your mind, your spirit, it affects your mood, you know? It affects how you navigate. That's why Jake that always listening to that trap shit, and they always on some nigga shit, man. Because all they're hearing is what? Is murder, is, oh, fuck this bitch, get this money, take these drugs. So what they say, art imitates life. And well, that's what that is, man. Kind of like imitates art. There's also studies where certain musics that's played, plants grow differently based on the music or the genre that's played. Exactly. Another thing. Yeah.
No, that's a study. They did that.
Another one as well is you have icicles, like snowflakes, like they basically did a study on where different music was played, where icicles were forming, and depending on the music, the structure, the crystalline structure of that snowflake, it would change based on the vibration of that music that was around it, man. And understanding that that's what? It's water. Hey, are we not 80-something% water? The brain is, I think, made out of 85 to 90% water, man. right? So vibrations affect your spirit and they affect your body.
Like the sound waves.
Sound waves, they affect you, man.
Hey, the spirit, I mean, the scriptures speak about sowing to the flesh and sowing to the spirit. You know, if you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. You know, and that's over time, but also, you know, during those short intervals of just throughout your day. Like another thing that stuck out with that testimony that the brother had is he was listening to the harp music. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah.
But that he didn't get attacked until the harp music ended, you know, that video ended.
Yeah.
But also, another thing that stuck out, you know, this brother, he spoke on diet. You know, it's not only your food that you consuming, but also throughout your day of what you're consuming visually, you know, verbally.
Yeah.
And it's like there was another point.
Who you around?
Yeah. You know, because you know, like the brother mentioned, it's easy to get lost scrolling throughout the day, but that's why this is called the secret place. Because when you know, you strengthen your spirit when you watching videos, when you doing videos, reading scriptures. But when you get lost on the internet, that's it's a form of you weakening yourself.
TikTok is literally a waste of time.
Yeah, it's TikTok, like the sound of a clock, man. Hey, Elder, who was it? Elder Ariella, he did a lesson. I was finishing up in the car, but it was called signal versus noise. Right?
Yeah.
Signal is basically what the main important aspect of what you're supposed to be bringing out to strengthen yourself, versus the noise, all the BS around you, man. Learn how to tune out the noise of, you know, the folly, the whatever else that you may be dealing with in your life, and stay tuned in into the signal, man.
Yeah.
Because what the signal is really the spirit, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're locked into the spirit, hey, you're gonna be fine, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine.
It's like in the I would say in the ancient world, you know, we always speak of how the certain trumpet for feast days or enemy coming in is similar to what you're speaking of, as far as the signal and the noise. Like if the elect is gonna be listening for that signal, for the trumpet, the new song, while the rest of the world is occupied with noise.
Because they're both being done simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bunch of noise going around as the signal is being piercing, right? Hey, for example, a man on a watchtower, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's watching the skyline, he's watching that horizon line, you know, he's looking through the trees and all that. So he hears the sound of the birds. He's hearing the sound of, you know, somebody in the background, the blacksmith, you know, making that sword, so to speak. You know, all the commotion behind him and the havoc behind him. Hey, but one thing he's not being locked out of is the sound of that signal. You know, that trouble, right?
Yeah.
Because once that sound of that trouble leaves your mind, hey, you're thinking at peace. Now you're at ease.
You listening and partying and playing music and the hammer sound like
Exactly.
the beat. You forgetting that the birds fluttering in the trees might be something over there.
Yeah.
You know, the little keys to it. I keep at that. I grew up with this. With the wind chimes.
Yeah.
And so I can hear the difference in the wind movements, and even you can hear stuff. You know, you get deep into it. You can hear it hitting off of certain structures. You know when it sounds like the sound is going right off the wall or off a thing, or you can hear somebody passing through and breaking that sound a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, what I wanted to say before brothers got precepts and y'all got them, what he was talking about with that harp music and even Beethoven and all of that, that was called Baroque music. Okay, from pretty much the Dark Ages. But in Baroque music, when you go into that word Baroque, it goes back to the Hebrew word Barak, which means blessing. So that shows you why David could play it and then remove the spirits off of him, as well as the brother was listening to it and he didn't attack until that moment.
That's funny that they playing some, I don't know what the fuck they're playing down there, but a nigga could walk by and all he hears is that, but he walked by right by the truth. You know, this is the signal versus whatever nigga music they playing down there.
Ecclesiastes 7, it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the song of fools.
Yeah.
All you hear is noise. Anything outside of this truth is a bunch of noise. This truth that you hear coming from the prophets throughout Babylon and around the world, that's the signal. You want to take heed to that signal so that you can prepare yourself, man.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful though, because you know when we're told to go to the highways and hedges, you know, in the chief place of concourse, where there's the most distractions, the most, you know, it's the most active. It's a lot going on. You can get into anything, but in order for you to direct your attention to men standing out there preaching the word, you have to have a certain level of focus.
Absolutely.
You have to be in tune with that sound.
Hey, and sacrifice.
Proverbs 4:26 in the AMP. It says, I'll start at 25. It says, let your eyes look directly ahead toward the path of moral courage.
Hey, kind. Hey, brother, grab that in the book of Second Esdras. You know, that path.
It says, and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you toward the path of integrity. Consider well and watch carefully the path of your feet.
Yeah.
And in all your ways will be steadfast and sure.
Kind. What does that mean, man? Keeping your eyes single and focused. Hey, because going back to signal, a signal is something that you have to be tuned into, right? You can't, average person, for example, when you go to FM and AM radio, right? The only way to hear 98.7 or 97.5 is you have to literally be tuned to 97.5 through that radio to be able to hear that signal or that frequency. Hey, well, in order for you to be locked into the spirit, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai has to open that signal or that antenna, so to speak, in your spirit in order for it to affect you and for you to listen to it, man, to adhere unto it. So staying single, keeping your eyes focused on the prize, allows you to block out the BS, man. For example, racehorses, right? When you look at the derbies and things like that, what they do to these horses is they'll put these like it's like a band almost in a sense. And what that band does is it blocks out any peripheral vision for this horse, so it can just focus on getting to that finish line, man. And that's what we have to be in the spirit. You know, we have to be that racehorse, hey, that the spirit is guiding in order for us to get to that finish line, man. You know?
It's called tunnel vision, where you have your focus on just one thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Tunnel vision.
It says, verse 27, do not turn away to the right nor to the left, where evil may lurk. Turn your foot from the path of evil.
Yeah. Turn your foot from the path of evil, man. Meaning what? Not giving in into the deeds of the flesh, you know, not being carnal minded. You know, now we understand we're gonna sin, hey, but you, like the elder said, man, make sure you correct those, man, so it doesn't become, you know, more and more leaven, hey, to root you out of the truth. Hey, because the apostles, another thing the apostles have been speaking out is another spring cleaning. We know before the Passover, the Pesach, hey, it's always a huge cleaning in the body, man. So you want to make sure that you lock in, because the Lord is moving, man. These fires ain't just happening for no reason. You know, the increase in spiritual wickedness on the left-hand side and attacks, hey, they're there for a purpose. They're all for a purpose, and we have to be strong enough, hey, to endure all of this. That's why the scriptures say, if your faith be small in the day of, or it's like if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small, man. You want to make sure that you built up in the spirit to fight against these things, man. Because these people that we're walking amongst, they have no protection. They are going to fall by judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know? It's like, what?
In Sirach, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, lest thou fall. Man, this is stability, man, seriously, because as the brother mentioned, you know, how Yahweh Shai said, when he returns, when the Son of Man returns, shall he find faith on the earth. There's going to be so many different things trying to pull us out. You know, Satan is constantly active. He's seeking to sift us. There's so many things that, you know, the devils, the evil spirits, the left-hand spirits, they know our weaknesses. They know the things that we're the most susceptible to. So they wait for those moments for us to lose it, you know, slip a little bit, to try to slip in, man, to try to pull us away. So we got to do everything in our power to, you know, keep that guard up.
And when you think about it, them sifting agents, the Lord actually broke down in the midst. He broke it down in the form of a parable. These three different sifting processes. You fall by the wayside, you fall by stony ground, you fall by the thorns.
Yes.
Those are the three sifters, the temptations, if you will. One is dealing with persecution, dealing with hardship. You know, Satan constantly putting hell on you. You being buffeted, you suffering wrongfully, and that could be too much pressure for somebody that's weak and they built and fit for this, and they can't endure. They're allowing that to be the sole reason why they're offended and don't want to continue in the faith. And then you got those who fell upon thorns. These are the ones who the cares of this life caught up to them. And they choke the word and become unfruitful. Like one of the men that Apostle Paul mentioned in his epistle, who had Demas, he said that he loved this present world and he abandoned me, he forsook me.
Mm-hmm.
He was once my fellow laborer in the work, but he got caught up in that life. it said that he went back to Thessalonica, which is one of one of the major towns where it was a lot of entertainment, a lot of commerce, a lot of opportunities to make good money, and all those things. It distracted him to where he prioritized that over the ministry. So he left Apostle Paul and went back into the world. So that's another sifter, right? And that's how Satan can get you there. And then by the wayside, you like what you're hearing, but then a demon comes, a seducing spirit, because you might be watching other videos, you might hear another dude who's not necessarily in a great millstone, but you like the way he speak, and then before you know it, you taking notes. So now pulling up to their camp then, you know. So that's Satan pulling away which was sown in your heart, and then land on that solid foundation. So those are the major ways that you could get sifted. So that's why you gotta stay laser focused.
This is one of the towns, like I asked what you said, where do we live? What do they call this place? Sin City. This is one of them towns where anything in this town can find a way to uproot you.
Yep.
You can fall upon thorns easily in Vegas. That Vegas life, that's why people move here.
For the wrong reason.
For the wrong reasons.
To understand that this is the perspective I've learned to take here. We were sent here. It was funny as a kid, I wanted to live here, but I didn't know why. But then when I found the truth and I didn't live here, it was the last place I wanted to be in.
Right.
But we were sent here for something. So keep that as your focus, and then you'll learn not to attach them to the little thing. That's been holding up. You got it.
Excuse me. This is Acts 19 and 13 in the NLT. It says a group of Jews was traveling from town to town, casting out evil spirits. They tried to use the name of the Lord Yahushua in their incantation, saying, I command you in the name of Yahushua, whom Paul preaches, to come out. 7 sons of Sceva, a leading priest, were doing this. But one time when they tried it, the evil spirit replied, I know Yahushua and I know Paul, but who are you? Then the man with the evil spirit leaped on them.
That was from when you mentioned these spirits know who you are and what your weaknesses are. You been holding that long?
Yeah, but it's still relevant though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says it overpowered them and attacked them with such violence that they fled from the house naked and battered. And I just brought that out because the testimony that the brother mentioned, he said he called on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but whatever he seen was holding his mouth and wouldn't let him get the latter end of that out. He couldn't get out the Bahashir Kakadash. But eventually the Lord lifted that evil spirit up off of him. But the thing is, that's not going to be everybody. It's going to be a lot of people that's playing around, bullshitting right now, not calling on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and they're getting some shit, and they're going to be calling on the name, and they're not going to be delivered. You know, it's going to be the same situation, man. Because these evil spirits, they know who we are. You know, and Lord willing, we be the true men of the Lord, man. We're going to call on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we're going to be delivered.
And it's a spirit as well, because you brothers remember last week I was talking to both the brothers, and it was like the level of demons that just Apostle Tahar has to face, and how you have men that want to be in this position. Here it is. Elder Bond had that testimony of him being attacked. Every brother wouldn't be able to handle that on that level. You know, that specific level of demon was sent for him to conquer, you know? So, hey, you got to be prepared for the levels that Yahweh Shema Shai sends for you, man.
Hey, that could have been a stumbling block for a lot of people, man. That if they went through that, they would have said, oh, just because I'm in the truth and I'm involved in this, oh no, this got to be a cult because I'm getting attacked by demons and I can't do this no more. I ain't go through this before I was in the truth, right? You know?
I got a quick testimony of my cousin. I think I've told some of you guys before. We had told him about it.
Yeah.
I told him about it. He was like, all right, well, you know, I'm just going to start reading, I'm going to start doing this. He had like a Jehovah's Witness Bible, whatever. But he went to work that day, and first off, his car wouldn't start, so he had to hop the bus. He hopped the bus, people bugging out on the bus, some homeless man fucking with him and shit. The bus ended up being late, he got to work, and the boss chewed him out, said, if you late again, I'm gonna fire you. He gets a call on his lunch break, his wife like, yeah, your son fucking up at school. She got mad at him for something. Like, his day was just shitty. The next day, his day was completely shitty. So he called us back the next day after work, after he just got into it with everybody in the house and all this whole day was fucked up. Hey man, I can't do this. Like, bro, this is supposed to happen. He's like, no, man, this ain't supposed to happen like this, man. My wife, everything is fucked up. I said, this is supposed to. That's how you know it's the right thing. But he was saying he quit.
Yeah, that's not shit, bro. That's like, you know, like you quoted the scripture, you know, damn, which just in my head, but just to go along with it, you know, wisdom is gonna try you by crooked ways. We're told to prepare our soul for temptation. If you didn't already have that in your mind, that okay, I'm gonna go through some shit. Or if our faith in the day of adversity, by strength is small. If that particular situation didn't offend him and cause him to run away, something else would have short time later.
Yeah, it would have been something. You know what I'm thinking? That one and Sirach 2. You got it, brother. One of these brothers had it. That's my brother.
This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptations.
God, and it starts on various levels. You know, when you first get into the truth, what happens? And you want to tell all your family, you know, oh, y'all Israelites, man, we the Lord's chosen people. You know, that's the first steps, right? Then you notice all the flack you get from your family, man. And them trying to basically tell you, oh, you're wrong, that you don't know what you're talking about, or you just a little cousin, hey, so forth and so on. Brothers know how it goes, right? Hey, but that's the first line of, that's the first line of really, hey, God Bashim Shai separating you, hey, from those individuals, you know? Hey, but that's a lot of Jake can't get over that part, you know? Oh, well, I'm not gonna be as close as I was with some of my family. Nah, man. Hey, the Lord gonna make sure that don't happen, man. You know, oil and water don't mix, you know? Wickedness and righteousness are opposites, you know? You got what's going right now?
It goes with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach. And like you were saying, like the family, you want to be cool with the family, that's not always the way to go. You know, we must endure things because we in this world, but we're not of this world. Right? And it says like, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, right? That he may please who had chosen him to be a soldier. And
Yeah,
that's what
right.
we here to do.
Yep.
You know?
Chosen him to be a soldier.
That's why I'm good to finish reading.
Yeah, brother. Hey, brothers, go park behind Shaquat. Park behind Shaquat.
That's for motorcycles only, right?
Yeah, park behind Shaquat. It's a park right there. Just park behind it.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep going from
I was gonna say,
here.
like, people not understanding this thing, they feel like as soon as you start serving the Lord, everything's gonna be good. Like, all the curses are gonna be off you. But like I say, you gotta prepare yourself for temptation. It says, set thy heart aright.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, we all have
No.
Huh?
No.
That's us too? That's not us.
No.
Nah. He's gonna be watching. Keep on.
It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble.
God. And make not haste in time of trouble, man. Hey, by you acting irrational, or by you being emotional, when the hell arises, hey, that's making haste in time of trouble, man. In our position, you have to just allow the Lord to work, man. And whatever the effects of that of His workings be, hey, so be it, man. You know, you trying to get yourself out of the situation that the Lord brought you out of immediately. That's not how it works here, man. You know, that's how you end up in bigger trouble.
That's when you think about it. That's just another way of how the Lord is trying to burn those impurities off of you.
Yep.
You put, precious, gold in a fire, putting it in there, and it's not the gold that's burning, it's the impurities on the gold that's being burnt off.
Exactly, the dross.
The dross. So like Peter said, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Right.
Because that's how the Lord's going to bring us through the fire. All right, to test our faith out.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, especially understanding the type of gifts. Hey, at the end of this race, you know, the prize at the end of this race, man, you gotta understand it's not about to be by easy means. We're talking about immortality, man, in the kingdom in which the nation of Israel is going to be ruled under Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's a huge, you know, accomplishment or a huge gift to receive. You know, these are eternal promises, right? So with these promises come what? It comes hell, man. This is how it has to go. This is the greatest rags to riches story. Wait, what happened? God, this is the greatest rags to riches story, hey, in the universe, man. Hey, we're talking about.
Hey, put that. What's it called up?
God, we're talking about a people, hey, who were once, you know, in chattel slavery and through the rest of the kingdoms of hell we've been through, you know, to now being princes around that's walking amongst the earth, man. Right? So this isn't something light. And you're gonna have to fight all tooth and nail, every part of your spirit, every precept, every lesson, in order to get out of this place, man. Right. You know? This morning, that's right.
It's cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end.
Yep.
Whosoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Yeah, you get so used to hell that when certain stuff arise, man, you just laugh at that shit, man. Hey, something like modern day shipwreck, you know? Yeah, your car trouble. And you just laugh at stuff like that now. It's like, ah, man, fuck it, you know? Because you're so used to it, you know? It's an occurrence that you've been through before, right? So it becomes a normal, and also you have to realize the closer and closer we get into the end, what the Lord is doing is increasing our hatred for this place, right? So when you catch these hells, it's just more of a detachment, you know? It's just more of a detachment, man. To the point that when the full detachment happens, hey, He's gonna put it on our spirit where we're just like, man, fuck it, you know? Because that's what it's gonna be anyways.
Also, when a lot of different afflictions are reoccurring in your life, it's really the Lord trying to get you to get acquainted with suffering, so that you don't get too accustomed to being too comfortable.
Right. Yeah.
That's why He put so much help on Apostle Paul. He was afflicted in so many different ways.
That's the spirit.
He had a thorn in it. He said he had a thorn in his side. He dealt with basically some type of infirmity.
Got bit by a serpent.
Bit
Was
by a
shipwrecked. You know you had niggas trying to kill him and fight him, and you know
niggas making vows that they're gonna fast, don't eat or drink until they find him and kill him. He went through all that, man. So yeah, if you constantly going through afflictions, that means the Most High is dealing with you as He deals with sons.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, can a brother look up the word acquainted, right? Look up the word acquainted in the Edom online, and we grab that piece.
I was gonna bring up this last verse.
Yeah, come bring it up.
It says, "For gold is tried in the fire,
Yep.
and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So he's comparing what? His elect men unto precious minerals, man, unto precious metals, right? Because they're durable, right? And through that endurance, what happened? Those materials or those metals are used for the purpose of the Lord, man, which is ultimately beautification, right? That word acquainted. Just hold that for a second. We're about to read this precept and then we're gonna bring it out. Yeah, 53.
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 3.
Right, because the elder here, he brought out, you know, Apostle Paul's, you know, basically the hell that he had, dealing with the thorn in his flesh, you know, and as he said, shipwrecks. He said he was beaten thrice with rods, you know, they imprisoned and fastings oft, and that's not just fasting when he wanted to, but fasting because there was no food, right? So he's dealing with all these different hells and tribulations that Yahweh Shai was putting on them. Hey, but we're going to go a little bit into the book of Isaiah 53, which is about Yahweh Shai, and it's going to go into some of the hell that he dealt with. We're going to bring out that word acquainted.
You came back?
One second. Not yet. Let me read this first.
Yeah, let me read first. Isaiah chapter 53, verse 3, straight to the point. Yeah. It says, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows.
It's like it, just that in itself, man. Here it is. Hey,
What they know.
huh?
Y'all know who this is talking about? Yeah, okay. It says, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
Yeah, he said he was despised and rejected among men. Here it is. Hey, this is the unblemished lamb, and he had to deal with all the hells of just Jake, man. You know, Jake, hey, saying that he was guilty of things that he never did when he was completely innocent, of dealing with what him having to be on the cross and be obedient unto the cross, right?
I didn't pay
Hey,
yet.
amongst all different types of niggas just being around him because hey, he's feeding them, right?
No, I got the
And the
app.
rest of the hells that Yahweh Shai had to catch. Hey, the Garden of Gethsemane, understanding hey, what he had to go through, hey, for the elect, and ultimately the whole nation of Israel and the kingdom, right?
It says, yeah, it says, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs, yep, our sins, really. It says, and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted.
Right.
It reminds me of,
You read the last part of
I read it.
all right, kind of focus up. Like,
At the top of 3 again, it says, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
yeah, acquainted with grief. You got that word acquainted?
Yeah, I got that.
Go bring that out.
Store a word acquainted. It says make someone aware of or familiar with.
Yeah, familiar with, man.
Yep.
Meaning what? It was common to him. You know, it wasn't a surprise when it happened. You know, and you're so used to grief, that it becomes a normal. Right? Same thing that the Lord is gonna he's putting us in a position of becoming what as Apostle Gabar always says, and you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, man. That's supposed to be your normal. Uncomfortability is supposed to be your normal, right? Showing you, a man that Yahweh Shemel Shah is dealing with, is going to endure and have to deal with these things frequently. And you got that in the book of Hebrews as well. That was it on acquainted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of the scripture anyway. It says, and matter of fact, the fourth verse is what I was getting into. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. And we, a servant not greater than his master. So if he went through it, we got to go through it. That's hard to tie that in. And this is it in Hebrews chapter 6, excuse me, chapter 12. I'm gonna have to start up to verse the Bible started one. It says, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight. Reminds me of 2 14, right? It says the things that are most heavy on, what is that, the mortal thoughts? Yeah, lay aside mortal thoughts, things that are most heavy unto thee. It says, those are the things that are going to be that will pull you out of this thing. On the way back. Those are the things that's what's on the way back. You know, those are the things that the flesh will pull you out with. Satan will grab onto you and try to pull you. If you try to hold on to those things, you get pulled out also. Right? It says, and the sin which do so easily beset us, and let us run with patience unto the race that is set before us.
Kindness of spirit. And when we go into the book of 1 Corinthians, it says, I therefore so run, he that runneth that he may obtain. Right? And he said, I so therefore fight, not as one that beateth the air. Meaning what? Understanding who you're fighting against. Hey, because first the fight is internal, man. Hey, that's why the apostles always say what you are your greatest enemy. Because we have to first fight ourselves. Hey, and then through that internal purging, that's when we are able to fight and perfect our fight, hey, to these forces outside, man.
Pastor the brother, right?
It says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, because the first man Adam opened it up for everybody, right? The last man Adam finished it, right? And so we have that same example of his full life to live through and have example to beat this thing. right? But it comes with grief, right? It says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, right? We have to endure this. We have to have our cross. Yahweh said himself, we have to pick up our cross. If we don't pick up our cross, we're not disciples, right? I think that was Luke, like 14, something like that. But it says, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. Wow. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest he be weary and faint in your minds. Right? And so, wow. That reward of being that high up to the Most High, going through all of that, hey man, we have a path to follow. We have to understand we're joint heirs with somebody like that. We ain't gonna overtake him and be higher than he, but hey, we still get to be connected to that. That's huge, right? So the chastisement, as it says in Romans 8, not the afflictions, but the present sufferings are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us, right? It says, I'm in verse.
Notice how Paul, he said these are light afflictions that are just but for a moment. He's saying that because the kingdom, we're gonna have everlasting comfort. There's gonna be no pain, no suffering, no nothing for eternity in the kingdom. Yeah. So anything we go through on this side, it's just but for a moment. Yeah. So at least get acquainted with that, because you'll appreciate it later. You know?
Yahweh said, I will give you rest.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, before we continue, going back to Isaiah 53, when it says that he was acquainted with grief. Grief is a state of mind, but also when you look it up in the Hebrew, it actually means sickness, like a disease, infirmities. And Yahweh Shai, every time he was healing people that had diseases, he would feel it.
He would take on their.
He would take on their infirmities.
Saying all that.
You know? Like the Green Mile. He literally went through that.
He know they got that from him.
Yeah, you know that.
He literally went through that, man. So the Lord, he got acquainted with grief. He saw that his people were suffering and in need of healing. So he was willing to take on their infirmity and empathize with them. You know? But that's just a reflection of this walk that we're a part of.
So
so
Yahweh
goes through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Yahweh Shai knows what we're going through.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how we feel in this situation, that situation. You know, he knows, because he, like you said, he took on the infirmities of those during that time, even the prophets. He knew what they was going through. So any brothers in this truth, man, Yahweh Shai is the perfect example of what we're to follow, because shit, he went through it and he was innocent. We're filthy, we're dirty, we're worthy of death.
And one more thing, us brothers here, we talk about herbs, we talk about maintaining your health, lifestyle change, exercise, and we talk about all that. Brothers still get sick as hell. Yeah. we still be catching it. Yeah. I just had to fight something the past week. Yeah. Prior to that, this brother had to fight something, the previous week. So it's always gonna be something attacking you. Because when we get sick, that's just a demon, attacking your flesh.
Yeah. You hate that. You
hate it, man.
Hate that
but we're so used to it. Yeah. We're accustomed to it. Like, we're acquainted with it. Like, all right, I'm coming down with something. All right, let me up this amount of vitamin and this supplement or whatever, to get over it. Yeah, pray. Let me say more prayers. I ain't praying enough. These type of things we're gonna go through in that refinery process.
And remember all this chastisement that we're going through right now. When the Lord brings down these plagues on the planet Earth, man, these normal people, they gonna bug out. Well, you gonna be stable. You're gonna be stable in your mind.
Yeah.
Because the prophecies, what's gonna happen before it happens. All right, so it's gonna keep you in a stable mind. Not bug out like the rest of you. You know, that's why we catch them all the hell we catch them. We're basically in the Lord's military, man. You know, we're in basic training right now. You know, we go through hell trying to get heaven. You know, that's the process. You know, and this is the hell we catch. The other hell is for them. And the same being acquainted with they don't have a rehearsal of hell to catch.
Okay.
They just gotta go through the heaviest. You know, we catch it 5, level 5, level 7 maybe.
Yeah.
It seems tough because everybody else is catching 1 or 2 and 3s. But when level 10 hit, it's gonna feel like a 7 to us. You know, we're used to this because we know right where to go to get how to get out.
Yeah, I was gonna say level 10 gonna come at them like Yahushua said at an instant, like a thief in the night. So is imagine sitting back chilling and all of a sudden your house on fire.
Yeah, right.
And then you done lost everything like that. That's a small example of how it's gonna happen to these people.
Like that end of, she was, I don't know if it was a TikTok video. She was one of the women that lost her home. I think it might have been in Altadena.
Yeah.
And she was on there and she was like, I'm homeless now. Like, and she took up the deuces like it was like she still had to get clout from it.
Right.
But when you see her social media page prior to the fires, man, she living it up. She thinks she just doing it, proud as fuck.
Yep.
That's what the scriptures say, rise up these women that are at ease. When the pressure starts to get applied, then you start to see that shift.
That shit get real.
At the end of that video, she was like, you can see it actually get welling up under her eyeballs.
Oh, as soon as the camera shut, that song from Set It Off.
Yeah, I know. The internet is undefeated.
I seen the news. It was a guy, he lost his house. And he started trying to blame the Lord for it. He's like, the Lord protected his house. The Lord didn't care about us. He must didn't care about us. I wish I had no faith.
And the internet is going to record all that to be played back in their minds as they're being judged.
See, and the question about that is, hey, when did he care about the Lord?
Right.
You know? Because the scriptures say in their affliction they shall seek me early, but shall not find me.
You got the
Right? He had all this time to repent before, you know, that fire came. Hey, but now he got some shit to say, huh?
Yeah, probably got the Christmas tree all over.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Thinking about Cesare and shit.
Yeah.
You know? If he's even thinking about it.
The scriptures say to seek the Lord while he may be found. It also say to seek him in your youth before the evil day come not. And that evil came to his ass. And all of a sudden now you wanna blame the Most High. You know?
It also says, it says in one of our youth, it says, evil day comes not, and thou sayest,
I have no pleasure in it.
Have no pleasure in it.
But basically, I'm trying to think of the scripture that ties into that. It says, lest I be full convenient for me. I think is what I said.
Oh, that's Proverbs.
Right. But he was saying, poverty nor riches before, because if I'm too full, I'm not going to need the Lord. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna deny the Lord. Because he ain't feeding me. So that's part of how these people gonna look at it. While they was winning, they ain't thinking about the Lord, and when they begin to lose, they ain't gonna think about the Lord.
You can't expect the average nigga to have that Job mindset when he catches him.
Exactly.
Like with Job, when Satan started afflicting him, a lot of niggas would have just acted out of emotion, and he would have took the advice of his dumb ass wife. He would have cursed the Most High. You know, but Job, he understood. Should I not suffer both good and evil?
Yep. He understood the duality of the Most High, the balance of the Most High.
Yeah, there's people that have off they self because they lost it all without no faith of getting it back or just being content. Okay, well that's what it is. You know, I can work hard, get it back. There's this woman who I think she took out her kids and herself because I think her husband left and she wasn't able to pay the bills and shit.
I got a quick script for that. Wisdom of Solomon 1:12. This is a commandment, precept. Seek not death in the era of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the work of your hands.
Let me show you. Don't off yourself.
Reminds me of the movie The Mist. Y'all remember that movie The Mist?
Yeah.
At the very end of it, Homie was in there and he had 4 bullets left. He was struggling. Now, what I love about that movie, besides the fact that the lady said the God of the Israelites in that movie, but
the story.
right, the story. But the other lady was like, will there be a gentleman that walks the lady home? And nobody wants to do the right thing and wants to get her back to my kids are home. I just run to here real quick. No one wants to do the right thing, get her home.
You know, we thinking, where's your man?
Right. but you know,
Yeah,
we
but
tied it back into this. You know what I mean? But if that's an Israelite sister, that's my brother's sister.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna make sure she get home. Right? But they all froze up and didn't work. So at the end of the movie, she riding around safely. But before that, he lost faith at the very end. If y'all remember, he offed the other people in the car, including his son. He offed everybody, and then he didn't have a gun for, bullet for himself left. But then it ended right then. He jumped the gun. Well, that's how we can't be in this. We gotta stay all the way to the end. I mean, the beast or whatever the fuck it was would have to be eating the man next to me or me before I start offing people. You know, like for real. Like you gotta be that. But really, we understand even in this thing, we get in the same analogy. Hey man, that's the will of the Lord. If it come down to that.
Right. Yeah, you know, like when there's like a marriage, and then the fucking what is it? The priest is talking about through sickness and through health. Basically through good and bad, thick and thin. You got to stick together, right? Well, hey, that's the same thing with us, man. No matter what we get put through, we still got to remain faithful.
Who can separate from the love you have about you outside? And also, what is the other one that goes with that one that you were saying?
Because nowadays, in a marriage, as soon as things start to go south, usually the woman, she's ready to check out.
Yeah, she initiates the divorce.
Hey man, I'm not happy anymore, man. I didn't sign up for this.
Life preserver comes out.
You know? They forget that they made a vow.
Yeah.
They didn't count the cost. They didn't understand those vows. They just going through the process of saying what's on paper, but they're not actually believing what they're saying. The same with this. We married to Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right, because so like usually you get married when you're at the honeymoon stage, when you're at the happiest together.
Y'all ain't went through nothing yet.
You forget that later down the road, shit might not be sweet. You know, well that's when the relationship really gets put to the test. You know, to see if you're really about it, or if you're really in it for real love, or if it's just phony. Well, that's the same thing with us, man. We understand that it's not always gonna be sweet. There's a lot of bitter that comes along with this.
We entered into this truth, we entered into a vow with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Whether you be a prophet or whether you just be a believer, you entered into a vow. You have to be in this thing, under all circumstances.
What this brother says, when he tells brothers to come into this, ain't no coming out. There ain't no, what'd you say, Shaquat? You say, ain't no, this is it.
Plan A.
Yeah.
Plan B is to make plan A work.
Yep.
This is plan A.
Yep.
If I can get this precept, that's Sirach chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Yeah.
Right. When trouble comes, right? When you're going through some shit, hey, they nowhere to be found. They dip out. You know? We always hear about that. When you're doing good, you got all kinds of people around you. Want to be a friend.
It's all conditional.
You know?
It's just conditional.
Yup. But you lose everything. And those people are, like I said, they're nowhere to be found.
It's better to have like a friend that you were struggling with. Then you get blessed or rich or whatever. You bring them up with you. That's he appreciates you for it. It's not an opportunity type thing. That y'all went through the struggle together.
They say out the mud.
Yeah, it's a real friend.
Quick testimony. Our friend, we have the comforter, and like, you know, before we come in the truth, we think it's all, but when we start reading the scriptures, you know, it's like, you know, we become one flesh, right? And you know, we feel what they go through, and you know, the testimony is that hey, we do. This woman lost, you know, she got cancer, you know, right after that, like 2 months, she noticed she lost her son, you know, and it's that comforter that's keeping her up, you know, and I see it, you know, and I've told you, brother, I appreciate it for your guys' prayers, but that's our best friend, the comforter, you know, and you sense the scriptures, we read them, and that's what's going, that's why that happened, you know. The water Yahweh or shy for that comforter that you give us our best friend. You know?
Hey, adversity is a very revealing time, and not only for the people that's around you, but for yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you in a very hard time, it shows you who you really are and what you able to bear. I got a quick precept. Sirach 2 and 4 going back, but this is the GNT. It says, accept whatever happens to you, even if you suffer humiliation, be patient. That's why Yahweh said in your patience possesses your souls. That's you know, part of having patience is you know, the foundation of that patience is faith. The reason you being patient is because you believe, okay, this ain't gonna be forever, and at the end of this, I'm gonna have peace, I'm gonna have rest. You know, but it says, you know, even if you suffer humiliation, you got women that'll go over there to Dubai and let a man defecate on them on camera in faith that they're gonna get some kind of payment. You know, but people don't want to come stand out in the cold or in the blazing heat, looking like a fool, you know, wearing the garments, you know, for something much greater, man.
You have more?
Oh, that was it.
I got a quick one. This is Sirach 12 and 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity. Matter of fact, I got to start up at verse 7. It says, give unto the good and help not the sinner. Right? A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
Yeah, it's what the world calls the true colors, right? They show, man. You know, because if you're rich, you have a lot of yes men around you. You know, they're going to be, they're going to encourage, you know, whatever behavior. There's no checks and balance system there, man. You know, and because a real friend is going to tell you when you're going off. Hey, just like the body, right? Hey, you'll get rebuked quick. You know, but that's why the scripture says, faithful are the wounds of a friend. Hey, and then it says the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. I believe that's how it goes.
Sometimes being around each other, we understand each other's spirit, you know, bonding, because we've been around each other for so long. And you'll be able to even discern when, you know, something is wrong, when there's a spirit on a brother. Some brothers are able to discern that, hey, brother, you got a spirit on you, bro. The brother might not even be aware that he got a spirit on you, but you having that, you know, knowing them and being able to, on that level, detect when there's an unclean spirit on a brother, and that's being a part of a body and the way it functions is what keeps everything stable. You know what I mean? This is why it's the importance of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not be able to see that, but a brother that's been around you and know you, he'll know something's off, or something's wrong. And then, you know, a brother might be catching hell, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's my brother. He catching hell, shit. I'm a suffer with him. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you and that brother, man, y'all, you know, going over scriptures. And the brother's getting, you know, comforted, you know, by the council. Y'all might even have a drink after, whatever, you know. And next thing you know, like, all right, from that moment on, now you're able to move forward. Now you're able to deal.
It's a quick read. This is Galatians 6 and 2. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at the top. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
It's funny, I was going to quote this one.
Yeah. It says, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
No, so that's what I was going to say when I was quoting. You may not be like, hey brother, you got a demon on you, bro. You know, it may make that demon fight against you. So how you may agitate the demon. And that brother, you may lose the brother over that agitation. But you be like, hey bro, let's go into a lesson. And you got a couple precepts on something, and just getting them into the water, into the word, will help remove it. And then now y'all got that connection in there. So there's subtle ways, I don't want to say manipulate or better yet motivate one another, especially if you know how certain brothers are. But some brothers will be like, hey bro, you've been fucking up. Sometimes that's particular that brother you have to say that.
And you need those spirits as well, man. Yeah. Because those brothers like that, they are crucial for the body as well, man. Right. Every member, you know, does not function the same. Right? It's many diversities of spirits even within the truth. You know? Just like you have many personalities, man. Hey, the heart has one job, right? But then you go into the basically, for example, the immune system, like, right? We have the immune system in total, but now you have something called the antibodies, which are deeper within the immune system, right? Which fight off foreign invaders. And what those are like the hard men, so to speak, man. You know? Yes, it's still part of the immune system, but it functions differently from the immune system, man. You know?
I don't know what creates fever. It is the blood, the white blood cell, whatever it is that creates the fever. Everybody thinks that's a bad thing, but that fever is for something to help burn it. It's still working to help the body.
It's working harder.
Working harder so you can burn out those impurities in your body as well. So these different situations all tie in, but I know you got a little more on that.
It says, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself. Right? Hey, that you were in that position, man. Right? Hey, how, for example, a brother, whatever situation it may be, and a brother may be down in the spirit or dealing with whatever hell, and well, you have to put yourself also in the position of that man. You know? Hey, as a brother, how would you want to be treated in that situation, or even rebuked in that situation, man? Right? Because we all need rebuke. Every single one of us have been rebuked up here, man. Believe it. We've all been rebuked up here, man. And in multiple ways, harsh or nice. You know? But that's just how it goes. Don't take it personal. You know, don't get mad at that brother, because ultimately that's Yahweh Shai. It's like a Yahweh Shai. Hey, sending that to you before he fucked you up.
Right.
You know? It is personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You know, it is personal, but it's really, that's why it says, he that judges himself and judges no man. If you continually examine and judge yourself, you should be in the clear. But what are you judging it by? Not by your own feelings, but by the word.
Hey, who was that? Nathan the prophet and David? Right? Yeah, he rebuked King David. And then what the people around him was like, wait, you can't say this to King David was like, nah,
I'll do this.
I gotta take this. I gotta take this, man. Hey, well, King David knew that he messed up, right? So regardless of that he was the king, he had to take that open rebuke, man. And the scripture tells you, Proverbs, what, 27:5? Yeah. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Yeah. Right?
Joab rebuked David.
Yeah, it's like it, bro.
Joab.
Yeah, Joab. Water, bro.
Joab. No.
Nathan.
It was Nathan that rebuked Saul because he didn't kill off the.
But Nathan was a prophet of.
That was Samuel.
Samuel.
He cussed out Saul because he didn't kill him.
Yeah. Joab rebuked David because Joab was the number one soldier of David.
He was the captain.
And basically, David was crying for Absalom. Absalom was doing all types of shit to him. He still crying for him, you know, because he got hurt, whatever. You know, and Joab was like, man, look at your men, man. You're supposed to be uplifting your men. You know, you're supposed to be celebrating your men for the victory. You know, not crying for the enemy, because Absalom was the enemy. You know, so you know his own flesh. So Joab had to say something to speak up.
Right.
You know? So there's always checks and balances. You know, and it's really, as you keep quoting in Proverbs 27, it's actually a good thing if somebody corrects you. That shows that person really cares for you.
Yeah. And you think about it, you read through Job, not every chapter is Job speaking.
Right.
Those were his companions that was speaking with him. And some of them was being real harsh with him. They wasn't even trying to like comfort him when he was catching all that hell.
Yeah, it's like, be a man, man.
Yep.
You know, stand up, be a man. know, gird up that loins.
Yep.
You know?
What did you do?
Yeah, God, examine yourself.
You don't think you did something
It was
wrong?
being
Like,
real
nah, man, I'm good.
forward with it.
You know, like, man, I'm good. Like, nah, man, you did something.
That's a purchase.
But at the end of the chapter, too, Most High got involved and stuff with Job. You know?
Right. Yeah, quick read. It said, Ecclesiastes 4 down. So it's book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 8. It says, there is one alone, and there is not a second. Yet he had neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor. Yeah. Right. Because a lot of times you may need that help or that extra spirit in order to get that flame under your ass, man. You know, especially, hey, this is also why apostles and elders are so it's like important, man. Right? Because they're able to see, you know, certain patterns and look at certain, you know, personalities and spirits and know, hey, when somebody got to be roused up or when somebody got to be cussed out, you know, or even when somebody has to be talking plainly to. You know, they exercise because they've been in these situations before, man. You know? So hearing the rebuke of the wise is important. It says, neither is his eye satisfied with riches, and neither saith he, for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity, yet it is a sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. Yeah, think about if you were in the truth, man, and you ain't have no brothers, how hard the fight would be. And even during Yahweh Shai in the Garden of Gethsemane, he brought the two men with him, right, to be comforted. He understood that he had to be obedient unto the cross, but he still wanted comfort from his brothers, man. So he brought them, and then when they fell asleep, he said, y'all can't even stay up with me, man. Y'all know about I'm going through heavy times, man. I'm dealing with, this is the oil press right here. I need y'all to stay up. But it was meant for him to, you know, to deal with that alone. But still, he still wanted comfort amongst his brothers, right? Showing you the importance of the body there. You ain't Superman, man. You know? That's also why the apostles went so hard on men that was trying to do it by themselves. You know, or not be or not come into the presence of a great millstone to join the camp, man. Because when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna need support. The churches back in the book of Acts, what happened? Those were believers in the same word, in the same body. You know? That's why everything was happening the way it was happening, by men sleeping at another man's house, getting fed by this believer, so forth and so on, man.
They shared resources with each other, you know, to keep each other sustained in the times of you know, tragic situations.
Yeah.
You know?
It's needful in these times, man. That's also the when the affiliate situation came about.
Okay.
Hey, let's if y'all truly believe and give double lines and all that, let's actually make sure that you're connected the way you're supposed to be connected. Let's put you in order where you're supposed to be.
Order.
It's
Right.
about order. So don't come, because they had people that were just coming in 2-3 years in chats with the apostles. Like, what's going on? They're saying how this works. It's supposed to be able to reach the top from the bottom. The top can reach out all the way down, but you're supposed to be able to reach your region, reach those that are closer for order's sake.
There's a chain of command.
Right.
You know? It's that simple. In the army, it's the same way. The lieutenant general on all the ranks, but the highest lieutenant general ain't just being talked to by somebody who's in the PT training, man.
Yeah, lieutenant general's 3rd star, 3-star, and you got general's 4-star. Yeah, lieutenant general ain't talking to no private, or even no fucking staff sergeant.
Right. There it is. It's that simple, man. It says, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth. Yeah. For he had not another to help him up. Yeah. It says, woe to him that is alone when he falleth. Because as we were going into that system of checks and balances, and you need that countermeasure, man. Because that's a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, man. So having that extra brother or 2, 3, however many, hey, it's a necessity to the body, man. The heart ain't just the only organ in the body. You know, you need the spleen, you need the pancreas, you need the the gallbladder, man. What's the one they say you can take out? No, the
Pancreas.
No.
Appendix.
not the kidney.
Appendix.
It's the appendix.
Appendix.
Yeah. Hey, but you do really need that in the body because it's also helping to purge out them toxins as well, man. You know, Esau don't know what you're talking.
One less filter, but
Exactly. That filter does damage.
it's supposed to be there. It's in there.
Exactly. That's how one looks like.
It says, again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
Yeah.
But how can one be warm alone?
Made me think of iron sharpening iron. Need somebody to spar with. Hey, all these boxers, man, they wouldn't be as good if they didn't have someone to spar with. You know, that's ain't out to hurt them, but out to challenge them,
Yeah. Push them.
push them. They say the best people that advance the other workouts, you know, like in the gym, is somebody that workout partner.
Yeah.
You have each other, you got one more, and I'm your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do go to failure, you can't get it, I got you.
Yeah.
You do that for each other.
Man, that's so true. Cause I used to work out. I used to think how much stronger I would be if I had someone there
Yep.
to really lift with me, but to push me.
Yeah.
Because you push each other.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
but
well, I don't got one more.
Yeah.
You knock out 10 more, you're like, damn, I didn't know I had
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be it.
All right, you gotta go and say 3, 4. 3, 4, 4. Yeah, you gotta go.
It says, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Yeah, I remember the scene on Planet of the Apes, man. Caesar, you know, when he was locked up into that basically that jail, that prison. Hey, the big ape, the orangutan, he had one stick and he snapped it, right? And then he looked at Caesar and was like, hey, the only way we working together, or it's like the only way we get out of this position is we gotta work together. So he took the 3 sticks and he wasn't able to bend it, man. Showing you the power of that unity, man. Hey, real unity, not with these Mashara Yasharala summits and shit. Hey, because that's not true unity, man. You know, they don't all believe in the same doctrine, which that means that y'all all going off, right? This is the true unity, man. Hey, one spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai preaching the truth in decency and in order. That's what it's about.
In line with that one truth.
Yeah. That was it for that right there.
I got what we feel important. It's Proverbs 27. We'll start with 25. It says, it's 25. Start with verse 5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend.
Yeah.
But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Yeah, faithful are the wounds of the friend, man. You gotta also think about, hey, you have, and it's beautiful how Yahweh Shema Shai has the body running. And you have men of all ages, you know, men of all different backgrounds. So how much more wisdom and knowledge is it in that body when every man comes from a different place? You know, you're able to learn all these different ways of growth of being a man, without having to experience the same pain that the next brother went through. Like, it's a saying I say, you don't always have to get hit to know it hurt, man. You know? Meaning what? Hey, you don't have to actually go through the same consequence of actions that another brother went through when you could just ask him what he went through so that you could take the shortcut to that route and still get that expectation.
Can I say it another way? It ain't even a shortcut. It's just so you don't have to waste time finding a way around. You didn't narrow the path of how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to, because, you know, I didn't went and stubbed my toe here and fell in this pitfall and had to climb myself out and to get on the path. But once I got through, I realized, oh, 2 left, right, you know, then down, I can pass that along. The next man, his may be similar, but this is what you look for. 2 left, right, you know, and then they can find a similar path to minimize all the pitfalls that come.
God, that's why Yahweh Shai is the way, the truth, and the light, man. Because what? He shined that path, and completed it so that we're able to run, man. You know? That's why his walk is so important, man. You know, because we're literally able to fight, you know, and have a chance at you know, getting the kingdom because of him, man. It's all around, it's all surrounding Yahweh Shai, man. You know? He was obedient unto you know, the death, to be resurrected, to give us a chance to fight. hey, so that we can get new bodies and escape this judgment, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Verse 7 says, the full soul,
Yeah.
soul loatheth in honeycomb, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet.
God.
So, yeah, so to the full soul, I'm good, man. I don't need nothing. Well, you don't even want it when it's sweet because you don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
But to the hungry soul, every bitter thing even has a sweetness to it.
Hey, brothers can attest. For example, man, the brother that passed in this camp, Yakanan, right, was my father, right? The way he used to talk, like he'll talk harshly and he'll cuss at you. I miss being cussed at like that. I know that sounds crazy, but it came with such wisdom and such rebuke that it made you tighten up mentally to where you could fight better. That's like the best way I can describe it, man. You know?
Tell them sincere love.
Oh man, absolutely. Absolutely.
No matter how harsh it may come off.
Kind.
Your apostle's a firefighter, so you gotta protect your voice.
Yeah.
You're in the fire, you got your teammate with you. You gotta if you do something wrong, you're like, hey,
Yeah. That's life and death, literally.
Firefighter, that's a rough job. Man.
Yeah, man. Hey, so he's coming amongst life and death every day at work, you know? So the type of wisdom that man brought, it was different, you know? But it was significant unto the body, right? Hey, I got that still in Galatians 6. Where that?
Oh yeah.
That was it? Oh, it was another part of that said into the full soul, loatheth the honeycomb or whatever.
Yeah, to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet.
Right, because in the beginning we were speaking about fasting as well, right? Hey, that's the difference. That's the spirit, the signal versus the noise, right? Now, Yahweh Shema Shah keeps having that happen. But going back to the point, it said, can you read it again? It's like, yeah, signal, bro.
It says, the full soul loatheth in honeycomb, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet.
To the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. And understanding your hunger for the truth, and you're supposed to be Yahweh Shema Shah set forth that table, that feast, for us to get all this knowledge. But going into fasting, right? When you fast and you allow your body to basically reset and for your spirit to get stronger, hey, if you eat something bitter, let's say kale after a fast, it's going to actually taste sweet to you, man. You know? It's going to really taste sweet to you.
It'll be favorable taste versus if you've been eating candy,
right?
And you eat fig, it's like, ugh.
It's too sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be like, this is nasty.
Yeah.
Like when people eat kale after growing up on candy and chemical foods, right? That's the people that you can tell. My son, matter of fact, he was with his mom, feeding him all this bullshit. I took him out to Sweet Tomato. I don't know if y'all want to talk about like a salad place. Man, he ate like a big eye, made him eat a big salad at first. He just threw up. It's too much for him. But then he felt better after that. Like,
yeah.
The next day and all of that, he felt a lot better. He got all that, purged out all that BS. So it's like that. So these rebukes come, and it's to make you better in the end.
That's it.
You should get your scripture that I'll get back to the furthermore in that Hebrews 12.
God, there's back in Galatians 6 at the top. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. And there's a second verse. It says, bear ye one another burdens, which was the point, and so fulfill the law of Yahweh Shai. Right? As Kartazar was speaking, man, and he was saying that how much you know the body and the individual.
No, you're good.
You good.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
You're all right.
And how much you know the individuals in your body, because every camp is a body within the whole body of Yahweh Shai, right? Something as simple as listening to this brother's lesson in the beginning of the week. I was like, yeah, this brother's sick, because you just know his voice so much. You know, you can hear when something's like, yeah, let me send up the prayers for the brother. And throughout the week, bro, your voice just kept getting deeper and deeper. I was like, all right, this brother going through it, man.
Hell, you know, because this brother he didn't do as many as he usually do. I was like, hold on, man.
Yeah. Brother going through it, man. You catching hell, man. Hey, but you know your members of your body. You know your brothers, man.
Yeah.
Right?
You know your own physical body that well, you be in tune with it that well, so how much more his body?
Exactly.
This is, hey, what you brothers being on the side and what we I'm just saying this as a sidestep, but what we have you brothers going through to get into this side of it, this is part of us learning your spirit as well as you learning our spirit. Just so you understand how this is supposed to be. You know, so we can form and become a body in that way. So you guys on?
James 5:16 in the NLT. Confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed.
God.
The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results.
That's a fact, man. Hey, there's a love perspective.
We got an example of that. King Hezekiah. He was getting ready to get sick. You know, he was one of the good kings in Israel or Judah, but he started to get a little proud, and he was about to start getting sick. And that's when you know, he humbled himself, and you know, he begged the Most High. Really, it was known to a prophet Isaiah. This prophet Isaiah, he was a contemporary to King Hezekiah at the time. So prophet Isaiah, he prayed to the Lord on behalf of Hezekiah, and the Lord was like, all right, I'm gonna give you an extra 15 years to live and have mercy on you, you know. That wouldn't have happened. He would have just dropped dead if the prophet didn't send up that prayer for him, you know. Well, yeah, that's just an example of that.
Another thing as well is there's a certain level of intimacy in the truth. You know, intimacy in the sense of vulnerability, man. You know, because we all fucked up, man. Every one of us up here is messed up, man. You know, in multiple ways, right? Hey, but that doesn't you know, stop us from pushing, man. You know, brothers going through all types of stuff. Hey, whether it be physical ailments, whether it be family BS, BS with a woman, monetary, we can go on and on. Hey, we still Jake, we still under the curses, you know. But the difference is, hey, we can tell, you know, when each of us need to step up for the next man. I'll say it like that. You know, we've been battling in the trenches for a time, man. You know, and every brother's spirit is beautiful. And that's another thing you have to appreciate as well. That hey, you're gonna have brothers that are completely opposite of you, man. You may even bump heads, but that's hey, it's needful for the body, man.
There's men out there in Israel, the great millstones that you see, they don't hang out together.
Yeah.
But when they teach together, you swear that they best friends.
God.
You know, and it's just, and there's no beef. There's no beef. It's just you and them, your spirit is set this way, so your spirit is set this way. Now do these things. It's just there's nothing wrong with it. Because the spirit, like does the ear get to hang out with the toe? Who can bring their toe up to their ear? You know what I mean? That's tough. But they still got important jobs and very needed for the body.
Right.
Real quick, Romans 12 and 6 in the NLT. It says, in His grace, the Most High has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if the Most High has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out as much faith as the Most High has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well.
Yeah.
If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging.
It's like, hey, and this is the beautiful thing as well. We were speaking about earlier how, hey, before we all came into the truth, brothers, you know, had, you know, lives in the world, so to speak, man. Whatever experiences that the Lord brought you through, then, hey, it's your duty to turn those experiences into ways to benefit the body, man.
Right.
You know, hey, if you were a man that was, you know, for example, Yahushua said, I became all things, or was that Paul? It's like Paul. He said, I became all things unto all men. That's because why? You know, that's a lot of experience to be able to relay that information. That's why Yahushua used so many parables. Hey, fishermen could understand the parable of the dragnet. Why? Because that was literally their job. You know, the farmer could understand the parable of sowing seed and not receiving the crop from every seed. Why? Because that's what he does.
Right.
Paul using Olympic
Yeah.
analogies.
Exactly.
Because at that time, you know, it was a lot of competitions.
Yeah.
Man, Jake was heavy into those.
Jake was heavy into
Into
that.
those Olympic competitions, you know, races and shit.
So it's many offices, man. And you're to magnify that office through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because really, we're not our own, man. You owe the Lord it. He gave you that talent or whatever it is to use to benefit the body, man. So do it. It's like,
It says, if it is giving, give generously. If the Most High has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously.
God.
And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly.
Yeah, man. A charity is something heavy in the body, man. I believe the apostle said it a while ago. They were like, you shouldn't have to go outside of the body to fix problems internally, unless it's something that, you know, severe, man. You know, for example, something as far as a sickness, hey, that's something that should be handled between a brother or two, man. You know, the whole.
Really, you should already be coming with something.
Okay.
Like, I didn't look at gender, I didn't try,
I didn't took this.
I didn't narrow the field. What else am I missing?
Yeah.
So let me give you a couple of Hebrew prayers, add to that.
Okay.
See how that works.
That's
If
right.
that didn't work either, you
Exactly.
still, you fucked up. So let's find out. Let's get this other brother involved.
Yeah, let's throw this herb on top of it, man. Hey, because we all have to know these things, man. You know, every brother should know about multiple herbs. Why? Because one, that's just our heritage. You know, and understanding what we know, we're not looking towards it from Esau. So it's your duty to know these things. Ginger, turmeric, these are the essentials. Hey, but branch out and learn about some other ones, man. And use your body to experiment on it first. You know?
It's funny, I went to the car and moved it back, right? And two things came to mind, and I didn't know this would come out like this, but it crossed my mind. So, one of the elders was talking about aromatherapy. That really works, man. This is aromatherapy, right? And so, I had some frankincense and myrrh I put on my body. So I put it on. I didn't put it on, so I put it on. Reminds me of something that happened to me when I first came into the truth. I put on some frankincense and myrrh, and me and my cousin met some chicks. The chick was like, "Why you smell like church?" And it turned her off.
She was demon.
And I was like, I don't care how good you look, I'm straight. Like it warned me. Like, so my point is, this heritage that we have, you have that ability to gain it. So whether it's aroma, fragrance, cleanliness, how you care for yourself, grooming, all these things are part of our heritage. You know, having certain smells around you, the world's off spirits and demons, certain types of music. The number one thing, I've been into a gym a couple years ago playing basketball. Niggas had on some nigga music. I was like, I can't play this. I can't make a shot for shit. As soon as they left, I was like, whoa. As soon as they left.
You said that. I never thought about that.
Oh, that's right.
You know?
Yeah, this is the word therapy. And online data, it says the science, which science means what to know, right? It says the science of medical treatment of disease, right? It says from Greek therapia, curing, healing, service done to the sick, a waiting on. It says to cure, to attend, or to do service, to take care of. Like you said, this is therapy up here.
And the priests were the physicians of the nation, because they took the prayers to the Father where healing comes from. But they had a service that they had to provide and put together a ceremonial service on that behalf. So that you have to serve the Lord by serving the people and serve the people so they can get back to serving the Lord. So they were integral in the way our structure is set up. And it's no different than now. We're set up to do that. Hey, I'm gonna always say this to brothers, and I will remind brothers, this ain't the full elect right here. There will be more. I don't know who they will be. I don't know how much of family, but the things that you're learning now will be passed on to others that didn't have this training, but that do believe sincerely.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to be able to pass the wisdom and the time that you spend, your experiences, onto them to guide them down the right path. As this thing gets tougher and tougher. They may not, we know that the elect, we know that we won't work with them, but we know we want this camp won't be set up forever. But these people may be coming in after the camp is off the streets before the time of the deliverance. So they coming in to build the deliverance. We still got to guide them in the right spiritual ways. And that may mean each and every individual here may not be together, but may have other people that they're responsible or the head of that mini camp for. It may be women, maybe your mama, she don't want to be the head, but others say decided her to work on it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, but it's like,
It says, verse 9, it says, don't just pretend to love others. really love them.
Yeah.
Hate what is wrong, hold tightly to what is good. Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Never be lazy, but work hard and serve the Lord enthusiastically. Rejoice in our confident hope. Be patient in trouble and keep on praying. When the Most High's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality.
Yeah. It's hospitality, man.
One more. It says, bless those who persecute you. Don't curse them. Pray that the Most High will bless them. Be happy with those who are happy and weep with those who weep. Yeah. That's heavy in itself. Because we getting into this is a body. Obviously, if one part of your body is uncomfortable, it says the signal to the rest of your body. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel uncomfortable when just one part of your body is feeling uneasy.
Yeah.
So when a brother's going through it, hey, we go through it with him.
Yeah.
You know, brother, a brother been done wrong by somebody,
Man.
you gonna be just as vexed.
Especially if you've been through the same similar situation.
Yeah, a brother getting mistreated by a demon, and a brother, you can tell that the brother, his soul is real vexed. It's vexing you. You like, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw the curses up, man.
Yeah.
Brothers do that.
Hey, you brothers was witnesses. Hey, when the vehicle, hey, brothers was hot. I wasn't the only brother mad. These brothers like, hey, bro, okay, it's time. Where these at, bro? Yeah, man.
I need that address.
God. Hey, but the last part spoke about hospitality, man. Hey, which is also a form of charity, right? And the scripture tells us that charity covers the multitude of sins, right? These are all the gifts, along with the fasting and the praying that the Lord gave us, in order to not only benefit our spirits, but the men around us, man. Because we need it all going into the times that we're headed into. So to go back to the beginning, was that it? That's it?
Yeah.
Kind of. So to go back to the beginning, when we were talking about the spiritual wickedness, hey, can a brother grab Ephesians 6? Right, going back to Elder Bond's dream.
Oh, I was going to tie this all into that.
Okay.
Because all these other afflictions and all of that, they can put demons on you, and wear you down to where you don't have a real defense if you don't know how to stay by the water. So that's why you understand the fight. Just don't say that chapter, you put that armor on. So everyone's starting to
Yeah, kind of like 10 verse. Which brother got it there? Just go ahead and start reading verse 6 and 10.
This is Ephesians 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yeah, to be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. Somebody go into that word wiles. And this is what, hey, start getting into that action of, looking up these words. Hey, this is how we get deeper into Sophia, man.
Discerning which words will give more gravity to the verse.
God, this is why also the apostles. This is why the apostles stretch. The importance of hey, what was it? The church of I believe that search the scripture. The church of Berea. That search the scriptures, man.
Wow.
Hey, being diligent, being on fire. Apostle to heart. His favorite precept to go into, man. It's Revelation what? See if you brothers.
3.
No, it's a verse.
It's a verse, man. What precept is it? He stays on this topic of it.
Let them do. Let her do.
This is his main favorite scripture. It's like his main thing. He always touch on, man. And if you brothers don't, and if you don't know, you go learn. You brother know? He always quote. Always. He's heavy on this topic, man. Exactly.
Revelation 13?
No.
Revelation 13. It's in Revelation though.
Revelations.
I'll give you that. It's in Revelation. It's not 13.
What's the title that is?
Right. There's a couple more seconds.
the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, this last
So that's
no
it.
more
There's
clues.
no more life on it.
No more
Oh, I
clues.
know. It's lukewarm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, because what? Being fervent, hey, to show forth that diligence, you have to go into these words, you know? This is how you get the whole meat off the bones, as they say, man. You know?
I got that definition too that you asked for.
Let's get it.
This is a definition wiles.
Yep.
What is it in?
It's in the blue letter.
Yeah.
Not the dia.
That's the beginning. That's the dire saying.
Right. It says cunning arts,
Uh-huh.
deceit, craft, and trickery.
Trickery, man. So cunning arts, craft, and trickery.
Excuse me.
So when you go back to that in Ephesians 6, read it again, and let's get into it.
Oh yeah. It's Ephesians 6:11.
Uh-huh.
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The methods, the
Yeah.
trickery, the
Yep.
schemes.
The cunning arts, right?
You
Because
gotta put those words in there. that
Wicked,
changes.
wicked devices.
Yep. Yeah, so that's on the physical and it's on the spiritual, which is Ephesians is going into the
Yeah.
spiritual.
Words.
What happened?
That's on it.
Okay. You gotta bring it up.
Yeah, yeah. But, yeah, you can use that word. Because we got an easy cartoon that, you know, Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, I looked up Wiley in the Bible. It said, Wile refers to cunning, deceptive schemes used to trick and trap and ruin people.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is rightfully dividing the word of truth, as the scripture says, man. You know, this is how we were taught.
Yeah.
You know, it starts from our apostles and elders down into the apostles, into these brothers. You know, hey, there's levels, right? You want to make sure that you taking the meat off and getting every level of understanding from these precepts, right?
Good meat in the barrel. You know, all the way in it.
So let's get back to it in Ephesians 6. We're not done. We gotta go into all the armor, right? Because in order to fight in a battle, you have to be properly, defended or in proper defense, man. You have to have on the correct clothes. Hey, what good is a soldier that don't have no sword and don't have no shield or no armor on?
Yes.
Hey, he's defenseless,
You're
man.
trying to die.
Literally, you going into the battlefield just naked, man.
It's a balance to war.
Yeah. And that's why in everything, the scriptures show forth wisdom, man. And you look at all these different war movies, and what happened? They always put, the men with the shields on the front. Why? Hey, because that's the first line of defense. And then you have different type of weapons. Hey, going to like ninja stuff, right? You got different types of weapons, hey, to basically get you the advantage in battle, man. You know, everybody can't be a spearman. You know, certain brothers need the long sword or the short sword.
So there's archers that's way in the back.
Bro.
And they reach the longest of the head.
Somebody needs to be the aerial, you know?
Yep.
Somebody got to be on the catapult, right? This is just how war goes. Let's go.
Verse Ephesians 6 and verse 12.
No, 10.
Oh, 10.
Let's go back at 10. Okay.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers and darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Done. Did anybody see what the Pope just did? This was like, this week, earlier last week? When he opened them doors? Right? And that was, he really did what? He was really opening portals, man, to demons. Right? So we understand that the fight is going to become harder on us because we know, we understand, right? And these demons know who you are. Hey, I believe, weren't you reading out here? About Paul I know, Yahweh Shai I know,
Yep.
right? So they know who you are, man.
And the spiritual wickedness goes into the elites,
Yeah.
the elite bankers.
They said
they're the fucking Luciferians on the left hand side. So that's the spiritual wickedness in our places. So you talking about the Pope? He's up there. He's the false, leader, and then false prophet. Revelation 16.
He's a warlock.
False prophet. Catholic Church.
They said he brought some South American idol and put it down there in the Vatican. So they got all kind of demons and idols and shit in there.
When they opened the door, they saying they heard a little
Yep.
girl's voice saying, "Help me."
Yeah, screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the movie like the fucking Exorcist,
Yeah.
Conjuring, that shit real, man.
Hell yeah.
Motherfuckers be climbing up on the motherfucking ceiling and shit. Demons on them, man.
Yeah.
That shit real.
Yeah. Go ahead, speak on that.
And going just backing up what this brother said about those movies, those Exorcist movies, all those Insidious, all of those. You think, when you hear those voices of people being possessed, and you hear that demon voice, we spoke on the testimony of the brother out there in Mississippi. He even said when he was calling on the name of Yahweh by Shah, it's like the demon was mocking him by, pretty much projecting his voice as like a demon-like voice.
Yeah. Did y'all see the brother? Who's the brother down there from DC? Zion Allah. He was talking. He was up there. He was giving testimony about a brother out there in their camp, and he had a demon on him, and they basically said they did the exorcist, and then you saw him, and the demons came out, and he said, "What is your name?" And the demon said, "Doubt." So that shit's heavy, and that's going back to your main point that these demons on the left hand, they know who got the power, they know the name, so shit. The closer we get, they gonna come. They, like you say, they're gonna be like fucking Ghostbusters, where they let just all the demons through CERN, all of that shit out.
And also understand that the demons, it's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Demons are they work in rank.
Mm-hmm.
And even Satan himself, who's over all the demons, he has to answer to the Most High.
Yeah.
The Most High has to give him permission to go and send his evil spirits after somebody. So you better believe with Esau being, in his position right now, and Satan is dealing with Esau on the left-hand side, you better believe that they're specifically targeting demons after specific individuals, which is why it says in Psalm the 64th chapter, they shoot in secret at the perfect. So they're doing their, just like on the right hand, we're doing serving the Lord, and we send up prayers.
You walked in.
We send up. Satan trying to fuck with me right now. But what we do on the right hand is what these devils do on the left hand. Spiritual warfare.
And evil don't sleep, man. Satan does not take a break. So you shouldn't be in the spirit of, okay, I did this much, so I'm gonna just chill and relax for now, man. Hey, that go for me first and foremost. Because just like the brothers talking about balancing it out. We reading about the whole armor of Yahweh Shah. If a man is in war and he's being attacked and he got his shield up, he ain't gonna put his shield down just because his fucking shoulders is getting tired. No, he's gonna continue to defend himself. Same with us, because we on the defense. So staying involved, not just watching videos and just getting by just to say you did it for the day. If you're watching videos, watch videos to understand what brothers are saying. Take notes. And, stay engaged. Even write down some notes. You may be able to do a lesson off of that. For those who do lessons.
Your brother got tissue?
Still, man, taking notes, being involved, understanding what you're watching and what you're reading.
Brothers are getting attacked right now, man. But yeah, we said more. We still got the
Back in Ephesians 6, I'll read verse 10 again. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." It's come in many different forms. It says,
like you had Balaam. He was trying to send up curses on Israel. And you had Balaam, the spirit was on him to counter that. And he was already in trance to see the truth. He saw into the future, and he saw that Israel was going to dominate the nations. So you were trying to send up curses He said there's no enchantment against Jacob. But see, that was during that time period. But now, Jacob's out in the open. And now it depends on if Yahweh Shai is praying for you in the heavens. He's praying, the Lord prays for his elect, that they don't be taken with the evil. The 2/3 of our people, they're open and susceptible to the principalities.
Hey, look up the definition of being vulnerable, man. If a brother can grab that real quick. Definition of vulnerable. You know, we also have to be more mindful of the words that we speak as well. We speaking on ourselves and upon one another.
Vulnerable.
Susceptible to physical or emotional attack or harm.
Susceptible to physical attack or what? Or emotional harm. These people in the world, they're vulnerable. We not vulnerable. We have protection. Even though we're gonna suffer attack, but that level of attack is gonna continue to grow. But that's to build us up, man. We're not vulnerable to the point where we're gonna be consumed, we're gonna be overtaken. But we're gonna have to fight. You know, that's why we having the mindset of being increased in the things that we're doing, not just being content with the level that we at. Because the level of evil, the level of wickedness, temptation, distraction, all of those things is going to increase as we get closer to the coming of the Lord. So we need to increase in these things that's keeping us grounded. Like just I keep on thinking about when that brother was calling on the name, man, and he said that the demon was holding his mouth.
Holding his mouth, man. He said even to the point where after he couldn't say it, and he was thinking it,
Yeah.
and he was thinking it and praying through his mind, and then he said he was able to get out. Man. And he basically said he pushed the demon away. Brothers gotta watch the video, man. Watch it. Make sure you just watch it.
Is that him recording it or is that is that him being active? Either way, I was locked in with
bro. This is no joke over here, man.
We just read it last night about how I forget what precept it was, but it's many different scriptures that say the same thing, but pretty much our faith is going to be tested. Our faith is going to be tested. So we're going to go through those things, and we have to suffer those things. Back in Ephesians 6, in verse 13, I'll read 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
Yeah, man. The average Joe Schmo Edomite, isn't really the opposition. Even though he's an Edomite, he's going down. Hey, it's more so what you can't see that we're fighting against. That's where the real fight starts, man. The physical is just the body for the spirits to be carried in, right?
Yeah.
They need a host.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and that's why when the apostles bring out we're our worst enemies, the real condition of the battle is fight against yourself.
Yeah.
Because you have to prepare yourself to be able. It's like boot camp, like the brothers bring out earlier. You have to fight yourself through that boot camp, which is this time is grace now, right? That you're able to make yourself a vessel of righteousness to be able to fight off the demons. Not only on you, some of them other people, you bear each other's burdens. Sometimes you help pull demons off of others as well.
Yep.
And understanding and having that wisdom at your tongue, at your fingertips, at the edge of your mind at all times, that you can apply it in all situations.
And this shit's so deep, bro. Like we were speaking earlier about, brothers, being charitable to one another and helping each other out. Sometimes when it's just what it is. Sometimes you help a brother overcome a demon that he's battling, and that demon might fuck around and hop on you. And now, the next thing you know, you dealing with it, and you gotta fight.
That's where I'm gonna go to. Hey, bro, remember that demon fuck with you, please. It didn't seem like you fuck with me.
That's
Something else that you did. This is what the body's for. You keep passing that wisdom back and forth and around, and experience and all of that, so the brothers can all be clear.
Verse 13, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand."
Right.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Right. It's the uniform, man. Right, bro?
Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yeah, kind.
And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh.
It's beautiful that it says the helmet of salvation as well, right? So we understand the helmet ain't protecting the most precious part of the body, the head, right? And that our head is who? Yahweh Shai. And through Yahweh Shai, we're able to obtain that salvation, man.
It's a crazy analogy, man, but you're fully covered with that. Just a big ass shield that you protected, your arm with, the sword of faith, which you cut through these demons with this word, and the names and all of that. Your head is a key thing to keep your mind focused on things. Your feet covered and shod, because if you lose a leg in war, that's your ass. So having your feet covered, what's that? The way that you walk, conduct, how you move in this truth. That's the real place that it starts here to make your feet move. But when you start, I think somebody went into walking, I forgot who it was, or who video it was, but they were talking about walking. It's more about how you conduct yourself.
Was the Apostle Paul?
It might have been. But he was going into, when you walk in this thing, he went into the word walking, it's basically just how you conduct yourself. So the conduct, that godly conduct, I'm not walking down to go see if that's a shooting out here around the corner. I'm walking away.
Right.
I'm using wisdom. Am I going to walk with wisdom? And keep those things in my focus on getting back to the house, not hanging out trying to get one more phone number and one more Instagram link to a chick or a follower trying to say when we get back. So I get a lesson in. So I can watch a few more videos or whatever. It's a rest.
To take it to like a video game perspective, right? There's a game called For Honor. I think I showed this. But basically in this game, it takes basically like different factions from time eras to basically prove who's the best warrior, right? And every warrior is equipped with a different weapon. Hey, but it's not the warrior itself that hinders you from winning. It's you. Why? Because you can be in a certain mind state to where you're only doing certain actions and your opponent beats your mind, right? That's because you beat yourself. So you gotta learn how to adjust on the battlefield as well, right? Because the same thing you may be doing, it may not be working. You gotta up it, That goes into that part now as well, right?
Verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Imagine if we up there fighting somebody, you calling on the name as you punching and you fighting and you winning. Imagine how demoralizing that is to your opponent. To hear you saying these powerful words and saying like, damn it, like that girl that had one strip with the females. The more we cursed the chick, right? She was tripping.
Yeah.
We cursed her. She was acting like the words was beating her down. She was like literally getting punched lower and lower.
Heavy, right? Heavy.
And so these words do hurt. Words do matter. It's okay.
Shit, when we under attack by these demons, it weighs down on us physically. You feel drained, you feel tired. It weighs down on you physically and mentally. That was the best verse.
Luke 22:31 AMP. It says, Simon, Simon Peter, listen. Satan has demanded permission to sift all of you like grain.
Like how that written, has demanded permission.
It says, but I have prayed especially for you, Peter, that your faith and confidence in me may not fail. And you, once you have turned back again to me, strengthen and support your brothers in the faith.
Once you got the increase, we'll share that amongst the body, man. So that the whole body gets stronger. What's the saying? You're only as strong as your weakest link. Hey, you want to make sure that every brothers are on a specific level. Now every brother's measure is different. You understand that? Yeah, just like in the scriptures, you have 34 prophets, you have a 60-fold, 100-fold, right, or 90-fold, so to speak, right? Well, every brother's a measure is different as well, but you want to make sure that you have to be balanced up to your measure. Every brother got to know prophecy. Every brother got to know about health. You know, every brother has to wield the sword, right? Now the weight of the sword is different. You know, just like the weight of every brother is different. I can't carry a 300-pound sword if I'm only, you know, if I'm not equipped to handle a 300-pound sword, right? My shield may just have to be a little heavier, right? But it's for that balance of that man, right?
Luke, this is Mark chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 17. Good spot. It says, I'll start at 16. It says 14. And when he couldn't give the and when he came to his disciples and saw a great multitude about them, and the scribes questioning with them, and straightway all the people, when they beheld him, were greatly amazed, and running to him, saluted him. And he asked the scribes, what question ye with them? And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. Somebody with that word dumb? I'll keep reading. It says, and wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth him. He foameth him.
Jake's bugged out, bro.
Jake slobbered and shit, man. Bugging out. Right? Where you go? Yeah, foameth him and gnasheth with his teeth and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not.
God, it remind me of like rabies. You know, just the sight of it. You know how the animals are basically rabid, they foaming out the mouth, they just acting crazy. Because they look, that's a heavy demon, man.
Yep.
So what's that zombie drug y'all was out K2?
K2. Deuce.
Like that shit, man.
Brother got that word dumb?
I got it. In the Greek, it's alalos. It says speechless, wanting the faculty of speech. Mute.
He was just slobbering and grunting and gnashing his teeth, zombified, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it describes. Right? It says, yep, I'm on verse 19. But here was the point, though. Also, this is a good point to bring out, not just about the demon itself, but the disciples wasn't strong enough to cast him out. And they came on the outside with him, right? So back in verse 19, he answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me.
Right. Hey, so as the brother was saying, man, hey, there was a specific level of a demon that they couldn't handle. You know, so they went unto Yahweh Shai, hey, to basically to deal with it, right?
Yep, it says, and they brought him unto him, and when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fled, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. Yep, it says, and he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child. He's been on it for a long time. Right? And oft times it had cast him into the fire, trying to kill him, you know, and into the water to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us.
Demon.
Yeah, demons are stronger than you.
Yeah.
Who you believe on stronger than them.
Like demon makes you have superhuman strength.
You seen it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, over there. The one Jake, hey, we were at camp over there, a couple streets over.
Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah, and there was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was there. And Bro, it was like this. Jake had a super demon on him, man. Like it was like a demon gave him super strength, and he started like punching at our feet and our shoes and stuff. And then we was calling upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shot, man. Hey, he picked
the chest,
bro. He picked up he picked up the cooler, bro.
The cooler. And it still had all the drinks and ice in it.
It had over 40 pounds of ice in it. That's just the ice. Plus the drinks he picked up with one arm, man. While he was laying down.
He was in the car. Still.
Bro.
See.
It's like I wasn't there for that. I thought you were talking about that. Edomite dude was sitting there talking shit. Came over there and got pushed.
That's what he's talking about right now. This was different.
No, it was the Issachar, right?
Yeah.
He looked like he seemed like he was like drunk, like he had a drunken demon on him. He was across the street, but he kept on like gravitating towards us. But he kept, just saying just gibberish and like we knew that okay, this guy got spirits on him. And then he came over towards us, and then next thing you know, he picking up our cooler and shit. And we like, hey, and he had so much strength though, because we was like trying to like prevent him, and he was just like he had a lot of extra strength on him. He picked that thing up with one arm. We was like, oh shit. And then we was like, all right, let's send one up. So we started, sending up a prayer, and then out of nowhere, you had took some water, and you poured it over his head, and that's
because he was all on the ground.
He was on the ground doing all that. Yeah, he was like, I'm hot. He doing all that. And I let you know it was a spirit on him. We poured the water on him. He got up and was just like, thank you.
Regular now.
He turned into a regular person after that.
Yeah. But it was our faith. It was the prayer in the names, and then the application of it. As you can see, he was inflamed, bro.
It was summertime, so it was hot. Yeah, hell yeah.
And when you on whatever he was on, I think it increases your temperature.
Yeah.
When you put an extra spirit on you, spirits are burning fire. It's a burn of energy. It's a fire. So you apply more heat to yourself.
Even set up camp, we douse that fire out now. We don't know where he could have walked off into a car. We don't know what he did after that. In that moment, he had the presence to know to come up to us.
Yeah.
And I think we gave him a water also. Hey, man, just be cool, man. You be safe, bro. He went on. He was regular. But what was the one that you were talking about?
It was just some. I think it was another. It was another Edomite. He came up there talking shit, and then there was another Edomite. I think he had no shoes on or something. He was a bum or whatever. He just walked past. He didn't even say nothing. He just walked past, grabbed the dude by the neck and pushed him.
Yeah.
Dude didn't say nothing. He was just scared, like.
Yeah. Hey, we gonna have the power. Hey, your power, bro.
That Turner, bro.
His brother's pop did that too. Hey, man, he calling us niggas. Get him from over here.
It was an Edomite, little short Edomite antagonizing us, talking shit. And the nigga woman comes and saves him, and kicks the stick, and acts a fool. But she leaves, and Edomite's still there, and he's just talking shit, like really like up on brothers. He was up on brothers like that, and man,
he was trying to tempt us to get carnal with him.
Yeah, well, do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hit you first.
Let this camera cut off.
Put your hand.
I remember that shit.
What happened? So this one Jake that was walking, man, and he was like, "Hey, man, he over here calling us niggas." And then Jake came over, and it was a nigga, man. It was like a Jake that's a real nigga.
Like a nigga that had a tattoo on his head, like on the side. That's a
He was bald, man. And he came over, he was like, "Yeah, I'm that turtle." And he was like, "Oh shit, man. Hey, Jake got him off us."
Yeah.
And the Lord use that J to push that demon away.
Yep.
You know? So those occurrences gonna happen as well, man. The scriptures say, when you please the Lord, He make even your enemies to be at peace with you. Hey, because a 2/3 is our enemy. And that nigga was clearly a 2/3. But hey, the Lord used him to get our enemy, another enemy away from us, man. You know? So that's gonna be happening.
Yeah.
These testimonies just to build your faith. Y'all probably have your own experiences. These things are written to build your faith up. We have them as experience that build us up. But you know that this is real. I don't know. I got something.
Hey,
I got some.
St. John 14 and 12. Just based off of the testimonies brothers is giving. Brothers have already.
What's the name of this song right now? Guess that?
Yeah.
That's gonna fuck up the feed. So it's okay.
This is verse 12. Yahweh Shah speaking. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, he shall do also. And that's his spirit.
Yeah, you hear the lyrics, right?
That's his spirit.
Yeah, that's part of the secret, man. To distract you, is to keep you locked in. So everything works.
And even the lyrics, he said, I believe 7 times and it's run. That's completion. Right?
It says, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do.
When you say I hear your faith, somebody can hear that. That's to be the Beatles, I would believe somebody.
It's the Shrek version.
Yeah. I said, I heard that if you think Shrek.
It says, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
Yeah.
Brothers is speaking on all of those things, man. We don't even know all of the things that Yahweh Shah did. No, just keeping in mind, I'm just thinking that this is gonna be a time that's worse than any time that has ever been or ever will be. So the Lord lifting up that standard, he's gonna use, he's gonna perform his own miracles, but he's also gonna use brothers to perform miracles as well.
Hey.
It's happened, just a quick one, it was a woman, Indub, of course. She didn't like how I handled the situation. Due to, she basically persecuted me because I wasn't with the most stuff, right? And I stood my own. I ain't say nothing crazy. I walked away from the bitch, man. Hey, but she caused me great hell that day. I just put the curses up. Later on, the same people she was defending, the Lord had to beat her ass. So that's what happened.
Good.
You know? So, yeah, it happened, man. Call the names, man. It's real. You got more, man?
Yeah, I can read verse 13. It says, and whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do. The Father, that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
John 21:25, verse 24. This is the disciple which testifieth of these things and wrote these things. And we know that his testimony is true. And there are also many other things which Yahushua did, the which, if they should be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. So you can't limit your belief or your faith. We're gonna need unlimited faith and unlimited belief to get out of what we're coming into. Hey, but you have to have done enough works to where you're built up to even have the audacity to ask some of these things. And he's not unrighteous to get the works of labor of love. So he wants to do us and give us those blessings, man.
The few, not to say it like that, but the miracles that Yahweh Shah performed that are written in the book, that was enough for us to refer to, exactly, to build off of, to go to for faith, man. If more was put in, it probably could have, it could have been a stumbling block to most. But just like brothers were speaking on how Yahweh Shah, he took on the infirmities of those who he healed. We don't really think about that. That's heavy, man. Like Yahweh Shah was the true definition of a stoic. and that he, he suffered, and we didn't know about it. Suffered before suffering.
That's
Right.
selfishness.
If the Lord was an Epicurean, he wouldn't be healing. He wouldn't have healed nobody, because he would have known. Okay, if I'm healing him and I got to take on his infirmity, I got to feel that. No,
For that nigga?
for him, no. The Lord had to be a stoic in order to do that. You know.
Yeah, I was thinking of, I lost it. If we come back, I'll do it.
That was it.
Come back to Mark. Yeah. Anyway, so back in Mark 9 verse, I'll read 21 again so we know we left off at. It says that he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child. And all times did it cast him into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. How said unto him, yeah.
Multiple people.
No, that was Terrence.
I was like,
Good talk, yeah, good talk. He says, Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And so that Beatles song just went off right away. Talking about it, doing some other shit, but nobody listening to it. For all the lyrics, they hear that now I'm a believer part. That's why that song was big. That was the key line. Right. But for that to be going on right now, as we're reading that, it's heavy reading. Verse 24, and straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. Today he was ready to examine himself, right? And Yahushua saw that the people came running together. He rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent him sore and came out of him. And he was as one dead, insomuch that many said, he is dead. But Yahushua took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose.
It took so much of his energy that was just expelled. It's like he was lifeless down there, right? You know? Hey, but even in that, Yahushua still had to help him up. Hey, so how much healing went into just that? How much life did he put back into him? You know?
It says, but 28, and when he was come out into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast him out?
Yeah, this is the point right here.
Yep.
You know?
It says, and he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting.
Right, so he needed what? A heavier spirit, or to be heavier into the spirit, man. They showing you at what? Hey, prayer, fasting, it's like fasting. Prayer and fasting, these tools are used to get us on another level, man. You know?
And sometimes you may have to fast on having relations with your woman.
Yeah.
You know, Paul wrote about that as well. But if you look in the ancient world with the priests, they wouldn't come home to their wives for a few days before the Shabbat came, so they could do the service. Just to be clean, you know, all the way clean. Because it was heavy. They had to go into the holies and all that, so they had to make sure the day was good. And they still have to do a prayer for themselves first, right? That was it. Yeah, that was into that. Yeah, that prayer and fasting, man, that's heavy. You know, that's a heavy thing. We can't be perfect, but the attempt at perfection, man, is what we're trying to do. And hey, your woman not always gonna be locked in with you. She gonna be like, damn, you can't. My woman used to tell me, when I'm on my monthly, that's when I need the most affection in us. I'm like, hell no. I ain't letting that get on me. Nah, man, this is for you. Well, I said something I probably should say, but you know, but you got to deal with that in a nutshell. You know, you got to deal with that. You know, I got to stay clean, do the rest of the work.
This is Psalms 18. It's like this is Psalms 18 and whole chapter. But I'll start here at 3. It says, I will call upon the Lord Yahweh by Shemel who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me.
I want to say something to tie all this back together also. We're talking about spiritual affliction, but you look at the Psalm of the 3 holy children as well. That was physical. The lion did, that was physical. So you got to understand what type of spirit, what type of prayers these men were putting out there. So we be built up in both realms.
To learn back up that, what type of faith they had to have, man. Right. You know, because they were literally they were in that trouble. You know, hey, and they didn't make haste out. They didn't try to make haste out of that trouble. They accepted that I got to be thrown into that furnace. Daniel accepted I have to be in this den, man. Hey, and by the way, they starved those lions too. It's not like when you read, they starved those lions. You know, they starved those lions, man, and he was still in there. So, hey, the amount of faith he had to have, hey, just being in there, man, right?
Hey, that's. Oh, go ahead. It's like,
I was just gonna add and say, what if the spirit was telling me, hey, just don't move? Not like you don't know you're here, you smell it. Just don't move. Don't give him no agitation where he could, you know. And think of the concentration you would have to not move with a hungry lion to you. So you sitting in there like that. Well, first place, we should be thinking this. I'm gonna just get in my mind and start praying. I'm not gonna, you know, that's probably the best thing to do. Start praying just in your mind. You nobody to talk to here. You just sit here just praying, going over someone, you know, just whatever prayer is. Hey, that might have been what preserved. Hey,
I believe that if any ounce of doubt slipped into his mind, it would have probably riled up those lions. Most I would have allowed the lions to get more, you know, more amped up. But the fact that he didn't have any doubt, but just prayed fervently to the Lord, and there was nothing the lions could do.
Because he was in there, I believe, 6 days. You know? So imagine that, 6 days around a bunch of hungry lions that was getting fed 2 or 3, I think they said 2 or 3 people a day, or something along those lines. You can read it in Bell and the Dragon, that chapter they go into, right? So here it is, you got hungry ass lions, and you amongst those lions for 6 days, man. Hey, Daniel faith had to be on a whole different level.
Then he looks up.
Bro, it happened.
Hey, bro, you hungry?
So it's not like they're talking to hey, bro, you gotta take it. Bro, and he eating in front of the lions, bro.
Bro, another person showed up.
Bro.
hey, you see that on the lower level now, like when you're dealing with like certain dogs or even bears, and people come across them, and you show fear, they mess with you more.
Yeah.
But when you show that you're not afraid, you know, they just kind of, you know, just go on their way.
It's all that. We gotta get for real that energy, you know.
Like even like
If you showed any ounce of cowardice, fear, doubt, the Lord would have probably allowed them to hop on him, bounce on him. But his faith was so intact, they couldn't do nothing. It was showing you the level of power that you have in putting your faith and trust in the name of the Lord.
That's just from the aspect of animals. How much more when you're dealing with demons? Just imagine that, you know, you in the midst of being attacked by a demon and you're calling on the name of the Lord, but you intend it when you're doing it. You know, you're not
There's
calling
no
on
conviction.
him. Yeah, with conviction, exactly.
Yeah, like when the Lord had Peter step out onto that water. When he started panicking, that was because doubt was sinking in. So he started sinking. The moment the Lord, you know, pulled him and he pretty much encouraged him. He gave him courage, and he started to believe, and then he started walking. You know, So you should understand that with every situation you get put. Have confidence in the Lord. And watch the Lord take care of the rest.
And I saw this thing in sports. They said about Kobe and Jordan. I remember it was like, how do you build up confidence? By performing the action.
Yeah.
You performing these actions, that's where your confidence comes. I know that this works. I know I can perform and do this, and repetitively doing it over and all that. I have confidence in something. This is no
When you see Steph Curry throwing up 30 shots in fucking 10 minutes, with confidence, it ain't just that he's just throwing it up, and just turning around and it's just going in.
Right.
He's practiced that shot.
Right.
The same way we're doing right now, it's called rehearsing the righteous acts. Practicing.
Yeah.
Getting ready for that big day.
Right. Also, we see that everything that the Lord has said is actually it's happened. It's come to pass. So that builds up the confidence in the Lord that, hey, he's not a man that he should lie. You know,
Right.
he's gonna come. If he said he's gonna come through, he's gonna come through. You know, everything.
Do your part.
All the prophecies are coming to pass right before our very eyes. So that builds up our confidence in the fact that the word is it's living, man. It's alive.
I got a precept real quick. This is 1 Peter 1:5 in the NLT. It says, and through your faith, the Most High is protecting you by its power until you receive this salvation, which is ready to be revealed on the last day for all to see. So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you have to endure many trials for a little while. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies
Brother, wear
gold.
10.5.
Did they fall off? I'm gonna get these myself. Throw it out. Did they throw it out or did it fall off? No, they threw it out.
They threw it out.
They threw it out.
Trying to be, basically on some y'all some bum type of.
I mean, that's somebody else.
Probably some
Nah,
stuff.
nah, somewhere like this. LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron. That's why I had to think like, oh.
I didn't see the other shoe. I just saw the one shoe at first. I didn't.
I thought it felt like they might have fallen off the top. But anyway.
You see how you see how Satan works? It says, I'm gonna jump back up to 5. It says, and through your faith, the Most High is protecting you by its power. I'm gonna read it slower. And through your faith, the Most High is protecting you by His power.
Yeah, you can look at all the examples of the men. You know, we spoke about Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael. And you see Daniel. Hey, look at Abraham himself, man. You know, it took faith to even go to the length of saying, okay, all right, this is Isaac. This is what it got to be, son.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, but we know he didn't do it, but the amount of faith it took to get to that point for him, because he was about to do it. You know? He was going to do it. You know? And the rest of the men who believed in Yahweh Shema Shah, right? We have countless examples. When we go into the Maccabees, it says, who hath trusted in the Lord and were confounded? Who abided in his trust and was forsaken, man? And that's a rhetorical question, because the answer is nobody. Nobody who fully trusted in Yahweh Shema Shah was confounded. Or failed, man.
Will be.
Gone. Exactly.
And when he mentioned, who was that, Peter that walked on water?
Yep.
Yeah.
The only reason he sunk was because he started to doubt. It just said the Most High is protecting us by the power of our faith. So as long as you continue to have that faith without wavering, hey man, the Most High, his capabilities is endless.
Yeah.
So
And sometimes we have to catch ourselves when we start to worry about shit in the world, and he say, "What the fuck I'm worried?" You know, you say, "What am I worried about?" You know, so what? If it's money issues,
Right.
the Most High done brought me through this before, in whatever situation, you always sit back and think like, "Damn, it wasn't even that bad." You know, so we have to get to a point where it's automatic, where we're not even getting to the point where we got any doubt. It's just like, oh shit, well, hey, I got to go through it, or hey, the Most High put me in this situation to show His power to, you know.
See, I had to get on myself because I recently had a a newborn. I have a daughter now, and I had thoughts about it like before she was even conceived. I was like, man, I don't see myself bringing a seed into this world. It's probably the wrong time to try to bring a seed in. You know, I don't know what's, you know what I'm saying, like the demonic activity, these fucking traffickers out here, the rainbow agenda in the school system, it's all type of stuff. You know, death is in the air, death angels everywhere. So I had to like rebuke myself, like, bro, you in the secret place of the Most High. If you have faith that the Most High is going to protect you and bring you through this, and now you got a seed, you don't think that He's going to look out for you and your household?
Yeah.
So I had to rebuke myself and was like, no, that's, what the hell am I thinking?
Yeah.
Faith. My woman, Lord willing, if she endure, and my seed, we're gonna make it through this, regardless of whatever the situation may be, whatever the circumstances might be. The Lord's gonna bring us through, and we all gotta have that same mentality.
Ariel told me something when I was told about to have another seed, right? He was like, man, I said the same things. He was like different people. My older kids, they'd be a little older. Newborn these times, he was like, and you gotta think this is right after the pandemic. So he was like, but they're born into you.
Right.
They ain't born to a 2/3 of the world, it's you. So you ain't gonna put them in these crazy, you know, it's different being born unto us having children of our seed versus somebody in the world. You know, yeah, they're gonna have to, just like we gotta go through, they gotta go through it too. But they have the tools through their parents, through the Spirit, ultimately, to guide them away from the pitfalls.
Yeah, that's more. Because I want to get this really quick. This gave me comfort as well. This is second Ezra 2. In the GNT, this is verse 28. I'll start at 27. It says, don't worry. What you start at I'll start at 24. It says, be calm, my people. Your time to rest will come. Take care of your children like a faithful nursemaid and guide their steps in safe paths so that none of them will be lost. When the time comes, I will hold you responsible for them. Don't worry. When the day of trouble and distress comes, others will cry and mourn, but you will be happy and rich. The other nations will be jealous of you, but they will not be able to harm you. I will protect you with my power and save your children from hell. Be happy, Jerusalem, you and your children, because I, the Lord, will rescue you. Remember your children who are asleep in their graves. I, the Lord Almighty, am merciful and will bring them out from the place where they lie hidden in the earth. Until I come, hold your children close and tell them about my grace and mercy, which are like a spring that never runs dry.
What was that at?
Second chapter. And that's a very confident scripture. You read that, your faith should even be more built up. So brothers that got children, that got little ones, infants or whatever, read that.
You know, think of teaching our sons as we called before, our sons. So you teach them these righteous to find this good one before I got it. This is something that we pass down. We gotta pass down this heritage, this heirloom, unto our children, that they can keep this and grow with it.
Yeah.
This is, we don't pass on physical we don't pass on physical things. We got nothing here. And we pass on this heritage, it's a way of life, it's the way we conduct ourselves. And the names.
Well, back in Peter 1 and 6, it says, I'll read 5 again, it says, and through your faith, the Most High is protecting you by his power until you receive this salvation, which is ready to be revealed on the last day for all to see. So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you have to endure many trials for a little while. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Though your faith is far more precious than mere gold, so when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Yahushua Mashiach is revealed to the whole world.
Maybe, well, there's a movie. It's got movies. There's a movie called Fright Night, the original 85 or whatever. There's a scene in that movie. It's funny because I found people in that shit, but where a vampire killer tried to throw the cross at the vampire. He was like, and he started laughing at him. It's like, you got to have faith for that to work on me. You know, you don't really believe, you know, and so he was able to still kind of pursue it. You know, the movie's what it is, but that's what this is. You can call on the names, you can read these scriptures, but if you don't actually believe into where you conduct yourself differently because of that belief, that's when it becomes real.
And the Lord gives you opportunities in your life, trials and tribulations so you can believe. You know, when you first come into this, yes, you have some belief of the Heavenly Father, but you truly don't believe yet because you ain't been through shit. But when the Lord starts to put you through the ringer and you like, okay, and you call on His name, and you come out, you know, you begin to build your faith. You be like, oh, you know, hey, this is the truth.
And James says, I have faith, and I have works. So when I have faith, He said, I'll show you my faith by my works.
Yeah.
So that shows you that your faith ain't just something. I believe this is gonna happen. We can all half the people on the internet that come across the truth believe that this is gonna happen. The rednecks that believe that this is gonna happen, but are they believing enough to change and come out and do their part to build this wisdom, to try things in the spirit? And then there's also that saying that says, I asked God for, you know how they do this. I asked God for faith. He didn't just give me faith, He gave me a situation to prove my faith. I asked for wisdom. He gave me a situation, a bad situation, to show my, you know, like He gives you the opportunity to use these things, to exercise them. Because they're there, but you gotta have them a situation to prove you can do it.
Yeah, you just can't talk about it and think that it's gonna happen. You know, you have to, you know, like I always say, like you ask the
gym, I'm gonna go fight Mayweather. You ain't ready for that until you actually fight somebody.
Till you fight somebody of that caliber, and then, you know, like I always say about this, you ask the average nigga on the street, tell him about the MOTB, oh, I ain't gonna take that, okay. Well, they don't know what they're gonna do until that event presents itself. So we could talk about faith, but you don't know what you're gonna do until, hey, you gotta put your faith to the test. I like to say is untested faith ain't faith.
Hey, David, when when he went up against Goliath, that was faith.
Yeah.
Right there, man. Because this dude is a giant. You know? A killer.
And it wasn't before he was, because he was a shepherd of the sheep.
Right.
He had to fight against lions and wolves. I was about to pull it.
A lion and a bear, I believe, right?
Yeah. Lions and bears and wolves. Yeah, so he was tested, God tested, just protecting the sheep.
With wild animals.
Yeah.
So how much more?
And that don't believe in you, how about you know what I'm saying? It's uncircumcised.
Philistine? This heathen?
Yeah. So that's funny. You hit it exactly on the point I was about to grab. Yeah, that's exactly the point. He really did have works that tested his faith before. So how much more now?
He already knew the slingshot, so
yeah.
Sling a motherfucker now.
Is that 1 Corinthians 3:12? Now if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try
by adversity.
Adversity.
lot of these other One West Israelites, just Israelites in general, they say, oh, y'all with y'all, know. Okay. What it say over here? What you gonna do when this happens?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they ain't got names to call on. They leading that teaching about Jacob's trouble. You know, how they gonna understand and hypothesize what can come to prepare for it when they ain't been battle tested in anything like that. They're not even thinking about Jacob's trouble or the day of the Lord like that.
Right. It says, if any man's works, like 13, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Yeah.
If any man's work abide which he has built thereon, it's like thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire.
Yeah, when you think about the process of what gold, you know, when you're purifying gold, that it's you don't just get to that temperature of, you know, what it takes to purify that gold. You have to work your way up to that temperature. You know, the same way like this brother mentioned, like now we go through different situations where we have to apply wisdom, we have to apply discipline and patience and all these other characteristics.
Right.
A lot of these people in the world, they're not being tested in that way. They're not applying these things in that way. So when you
I just want to add, they're not being mindful of the scourges.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
So when that real adversity hits, you can say whatever you want to say. The scripture just said every man's work is going to be revealed by that fire, man. You can say, you know, because a lot of people failed 5 years ago.
Hey, there's a lot of people right now, they're ready to check out. I see, if you go online on TikTok, these apps, everybody complaining, crying, nobody's happy, everybody's sad and depressed. Because they have nothing to, no one to lean upon. No real true faith in nothing. You know? So we're entering the Jacob's trouble, and the majority of the people are already ready to check out. You know? And so how much more when this shit really goes down, when this place really collapses?
That's why it says in the prophecy about how when iniquity, wickedness shall be increased. It also says that faith would be barren in the earth. A lot of people, because of all these different crises that's been happening over the past 5 years, people are starting to become more demoralized. They don't really believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
So they're just doing what the hell they, you know, for the sake of it, and hoping that they have the proper security to get through it.
Right.
But we know that you don't have no security if you're not in a secret place. Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Right.
Psalms the 91st chapter, man.
Yeah. There's suicide pods out there, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can't handle it. Hey, just off yourself.
Is they doing that in Canada?
Murder, suicide.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. They were doing that a lot in the during the pandemic, where they just said, you know, F it. Off them and they family.
Yeah.
This back in Psalms 18, this 4. It says, the sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh and cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. It says, then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also. It came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind.
Hebrews 10 and 35, it's in the TPT. It says, so don't lose your bold, courageous faith, for you are destined for a great reward.
Yep.
You need the strength of endurance to reveal the poetry of Yahweh's will, and then you receive the promise in full.
Right.
so just holding on to that, going back to that that confidence, which can the brother go into that word in the blue letter?
Confidence.
It's Hebrews 10:35.
Confidence. It's parousia. It's freedom is speaking, unreservedness and speech openly, frankly, without clamors. And it says without ambiguity or I'm gonna say circumlocution. Yeah. Without, it says without the use of figures and comparisons.
Without.
Yeah, it says without ambiguity, which is, when I look it up, it says a word or phrase that can be interpreted in multiple ways. So you want to be fully assured in your mind, man. When you talking about faith and confidence, which is your hope in Yahweh Shah, you want to be sure, man. It ain't no other way around it. There's no other way to say it. You say what you're saying, especially when you're praying. When you believe that the Lord is going to deliver you out of a situation, or He's going to protect you or guide you through a situation, you believe that.
It's another one that's real good. It's free. It says free, fearless, confidence, cheerful, courage, boldness, and assurance.
When you fully persuaded, you fully believe what you're a part of, you're going to be confident. Just like if you're a fighter and you got a big fight coming up, I did everything I did everything I had to do. I maintained a good nutrition. I ran. I did my street work. I'm ready. So that's the type of confidence we gonna have, man. Lord willing. As long as we can stay consistent in doing what we have to do now, there ain't gonna be no room for doubt or wavering. There ain't gonna be no room for that.
All right, man. Scripture say full assurance of faith.
Now, real quick, 1 John 4:17 in the NLT, it says, and as we live in the Most High, our love grows more perfect. So we will not be afraid on the day of judgment.
Yeah.
But we can face Him with confidence because we live like Yahweh Shai here in this world. Such love has no fear because perfect love expels all fear. If we are afraid, it is for fear of punishment. And this shows that we have not fully experienced His perfect love.
And if I may say, we have experienced His perfect love. I can't say we experienced it. We didn't take heed, but more so, He gave His perfect love unto us. How? He gave us every scenario that we would need to build ourselves up, prepared. And it's not just us that got it. The world, this is the best-selling book in all the world. Everybody, Jake had
in the history
chance.
of the world.
Yeah, Jake had their chance. It was fair. All the wisdom you need, it was sitting in the nightstand at the motel. So everybody had their chance to be shined up to them, but the Spirit didn't come upon them because they wasn't right.
Here's the perfect love right here. Romans 8:35. AMP, it says, who shall ever separate us from the love of a Mashiach? Or tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or danger, or sword? Just as it is written and forever remains written. For your sake we are put to death all day long. We are regarded as sheep for the slaughter. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors and gain an overwhelming victory through Him who loved us so much that He died for us. For I am convinced and continue to be convinced, persuaded, beyond any doubt, that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor things present and threatening, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing will be able to separate us from the unlimited love of the Most High, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord.
Hey, you said this is the perfect love, right? Ain't this the wedding vows you would want your woman to say to you?
Hey,
How heavy that was? Well, no different. And this is how we, the church,
bro,
to the house.
I'm glad you said that. Because a lot of these women, one little ounce of adversity,
Yeah.
they out of it.
Yeah.
Just a little discomfort and they gone. They skedaddle. You know, they already thinking the grass is greener
Yeah.
somewhere else. But at least in Yahushua and you being willing to suffer the afflictions with him, there's nothing better than to have a woman that's willing to go through all that with you and still be there.
Yeah.
So
You know?
I have to say the second part that's connected to that thought. When you leave too,
Right,
where
right.
else will we go? You have
Yeah.
the keys to eternal life.
God.
Where else we gonna go after this? Why would I want to be with another man? You the man I want to be with. Because you know what? Because even through all this adversity, you making it through all this. This would have destroyed another man, a lesser man.
Not that Beyonce spirit, or you can be replaced.
Yeah.
But when Apostle said that, that was showing what? It was showing confidence. This is considered a labor of love, and you know, Yahweh Shah, you know, he reciprocates that love unto us. You know, when we go through different situations, we get nuggets. You know, when we have faith in different situations, when we may be down, you know, brothers have been in situations, and it's like, damn, where this come from? Like, how I'm gonna get out of this shit? But the Lord, he come through. And we, you know, later on, there's gonna be situations where it's like, okay, I've never been in a situation to this extent, but before I was in my last situation, I never been in that situation before either.
Right.
But I got out of it.
Very important. Where else we gonna go? He had the key to eternal life. So
Like-
the woman may not see that in you,
Yeah.
but we see that in our husband.
Like your point, you said, where else we gonna go? What you gonna do? You fall out, you gonna go back in the world to catch a missile. You know, that's as simple as that sounds. That's what a lot of these jakes is doing. They going back in the world, catch a missile. You know, you put your hand to the plow and turn back. So like you said, where else we gonna go? What else we gonna do? People, I always think sometimes, like people say, oh, where would I be? What if I wasn't in this truth? Probably dead. Or, you know, I would be dead, definitely dead spiritually, you know, but, you know, just still trying to, really probably still trying to find truth.
Yeah,
You know?
It's just something that you was, and if you came by the truth,
Yeah.
and left it looking for truth,
Nah.
bro,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's the spirit how we're all here seeking the same thing. You know?
Mhm.
Well, we've been called to this. Now we have to give our diligence. You know, make up our calling, assurance of our calling.
Hey, and hey, you know, just have that assurance that, you know, as long as you believe and you're not putting forth your hand to any iniquity, and the Lord God, He has your He holds your best interests. He's gonna make sure you know He's gonna guide you. The brothers in Cali right now, they all good. Even if you know it might be a couple of brothers that may have lost their home, they ain't tripping. You know,
They gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shah.
come.
You know that.
Still get to live another
Yeah.
day to serve them.
Yep. They family straight. Their kids are straight.
Come.
Who's worse off? Losing somebody that lost a home or somebody that lost a name?
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
I'd rather lose my roof, but still have my faith and my integrity and
Hell
my
yeah.
spirit,
The truth.
the truth, the brotherhood. I still rather walk away and have all that versus to have that.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? You can still lose your life.
Nobody will know. Said, put out the treasure, how you go to treasure in heaven?
Store not the treasure.
Yeah. Matthew.
Hey, you can have all this in the world, but that's that's not going to be good for you, that's better than you trying to hold on to those certain things that just become a detriment. That's something?
Yeah. It's Psalm 62, TPT. It says, I stand silently to listen for the one that I love, waiting as long as it takes for the Lord Yahweh to rescue me. For Yahweh alone has become my Savior. He is my safe place. His wraparound presence always protects me. For he is my champion defender. There is no risk of failure with Yahweh. So why would I let worry paralyze me even when troubles multiply around me?
That's
There's
heavy.
no chance. There's no chance of failure. But read that from that part again. 'Cause, I mean, the whole shit's heavy. The whole thing is heavy. Like, that was heavy.
There is no risk of failure with Yahweh. So why would I let worry paralyze me, even when troubles multiply around me? But look at
Worry is what? Doubt. Why would I let doubt paralyze you? You got it, bro.
But look at these who want me dead, shouting their vicious threats at me. The moment they discovered my weakness, they all began plotting to take me down. Liars, hypocrites, with nothing good to say.
Hold on. I gotta say this. It's been on my spirit. I think I mentioned something else last night, but on my spirit, they're gonna come for this truth. This is the year they really gonna start making a difference.
Yeah.
Okay? I believe that misinformation is how they're gonna start it. I think we're gonna start seeing how this thing is set up against us. They're aware they're gonna start praying against us and all this other stuff, right? So just be prepared and know that what this brother's reading, man, is true. It set us up to be protected through all of this, to endure. Did you read that again? I forgot what it said.
And they all began plotting against plotting to take me down. Liars, hypocrites, with nothing good to say. All their energies are spent on moving me from this exalted place. Pause in his presence. I am standing in absolute stillness, silent before the one I love, waiting as long as it takes for him to rescue me. Only Yahweh is my Savior. He will not fail me.
That's a TPT?
T. Psalm 62.
Psalm 62 is a TPT. Yeah, man.
Say there's no chance of failure.
Man, that's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all species, right? I get it.
Yeah, so, hey, if this devil decides to fucking burn Vegas, we got comfort.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Cause whatever.
We got comfort, man.
Cause at the end of the day, whatever that you got, worldly possessions, who gave it to you?
Exactly.
Who helped you obtain it? The Most High. The Most High gives us whatever we got: food, shelter, clothes, your car. And if he takes it away, so fucking what? Because he can give it to you. He gonna give it to you again. In the kingdom, he gonna give it to you 100-fold.
Job lost all of it and then received it double-fold. At the end, after he got tested,
Right.
and he passed the test, catching all that hell, the Most High restored him.
Yeah.
He was more than good after that. You know? So yeah, man, no doubt, man. Especially as we get closer and closer to that day.
Yep.
Unless we can end off on this one.
It is Sirach 11:14, and it reads, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches, come of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That we labeled today, these things are set up for us to reverse through those negatives to be toward the riches of the righteous things. Right, the riches of the righteous things aren't in monetary or physical things, but in spiritual things, spiritual gifts. Right, and we use those spiritual gifts to fight off the negatives. You got all of them?
Yeah, come.
Read it again.
It's Sirach 11:14, and it reads, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches, come of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
Lord
if
can-
it's doing good,
Yep.
you got
The Lord, he can lift you up from a lower state after having placed you in that lower state. Come.
in that chapter, I think it was going to say, it's an easy thing for the Lord, and they will definitely reward him according to his ways.
Exactly.
So if you've been good, you know, hey, I could give you eternal life. That's the moment. Hey, when we get up, Lord willing, right? We get up out of here. It's gonna be we either get up out of that moment or we stay and perish in that moment. That's the moment. So it's an easy thing to reward a man who perishes right at that moment. You know, it'll be the same moment.
Yep, that was it. All right, so with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to y'all.
Power, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash.
Give honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and citation to the elect. We'll say shalom.
Shalom.